Ladies and gentlemen,
Hey,
Hey, what's up, Stu?
sorry I missed this Sunday.
No, all good, bro. All good. Long time no
What?
see.
Yeah, it's been a whole week. What what did I miss? Did we let me guess, you
We
guys talked about Milos and Samson the whole time because that's all you've been talking about in our group chat.
we did talk about that quite a bit, but we did a good amount of bullshit too, which is cool sometimes. Sometimes I was just talking to somebody. I think it was Nick, and I was like, sometimes I get tired of talking about the same. If you think about it, for the past couple months, we've been talking about the same six people, right? We've been talking about Samson, Hottie, Rafa,
Make
you
our
know. So,
rounds. Yeah.
I think sometimes it's nice to kind of just talk about other random shit, whether it's bodybuilding related or just everything else, or just like not personal stuff, but like you, like how you feeling, Stu? What you up to?
Feeling good, dude. What, eight and a half weeks out now.
Yeah, yeah.
It's lightest I've been in a while this morning. So kind of ahead of schedule now.
You
Feeling
look
good
you
though.
look like
Feeling
it.
pretty good. Do I
You
look
look
like
you,
it?
you look light, but in a good way. In a good way.
Healthy?
You look healthy.
Healthy. That's not good. I want to
Wait,
look unhealthy.
let me pull it. Sometimes I forget because y'all my boys that I forget like y'all like legit bodybuilders who I should be I should be covering y'all
What?
as well.
Well, are we though? Like,
I mean, I think so. I think so. I just forget sometimes because y'all my boys, but
I'm
I
a
gotta.
mediocre bodybuilder for the record.
This is good though, man. This is a good look. You know. Wait, this is how many people look like this far out? Nobody. Well, obviously Nick, but but
Yeah,
besides Nick,
Nick. Yeah.
besides
Fucking
that,
Nick. Is Nick joining us today?
I don't think so. But sometimes,
Sometimes he
sometimes
just
he hops
invites
on.
himself in. Yeah.
Sometimes he hops on like an hour in. But he was on. Yeah, he was on the last one.
My favorite Maytag refrigerator.
Yeah, these are good. That's good. Oh, you got more. Hold up. Oh.
Oh, we got more, baby.
I thought it was gonna be like a side shot or something.
Nope. I got you.
You got me. No, you look good, man.
Yeah, my
Wait, and
hair's
then
gonna be back. We got like 2 more months, man. It's gonna be
oh,
just as good, if not better, as
I think
last year.
so. I think so, man. Do you take melanotan, right?
Yeah, I've been doing that for the last
For,
what 2, 3 weeks or so. And then I started bed tanning as well.
does the melanotan make your hair curlier?
No, it's just like
No.
that. No, I
Some
don't know. Maybe it does. It could be hard to tell if it did.
yeah, you already got curlier. But some people have told me that if that's the case, then that afro gonna be in full effect.
It's already pretty bad, dude.
All right, so how much you weigh now?
262 this morning. So I've already dropped like 15, 20 pounds from where I started prep at in what, like it's been 4 weeks now?
Yeah, yeah.
Four? Yeah. So, but yeah, blue kind of like we kind of bombed it off the jump first
Hmm.
couple of weeks to kind of get ahead of schedule. I mean, I could if I continued to push like I am right now, I could probably be like in condition in like 4 weeks, but I've got
Yeah,
9.
yeah.
So, um, well, I could probably be in the condition I was in last year in like 4 more weeks of hard dieting, but I want to push it a little harder this time. So, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Well, what's up, Zayd?
is a
What's going on, guys? How we doing?
Not much, not much. Just going over Stu's prep so far. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the good thing about doing it that way is you can let your foot off the gas closer to the show so you don't look beat up and fucked up, right? You're beat up now, but then closer to the show, you're fresher, right?
Yeah, I'm not that beat up right now. It's just been in
Okay.
like an aggressive deficit. Like I've
Mhm.
held on. I'm definitely flat right now, but like that's fine at this point, you know.
Part of the game.
Yeah, it's part of it. Not worried about it. So
What's up, Elias?
What up, fellas?
Elias, it's
Oh, Elias.
Elias.
I'm sorry. Elias. My bad.
What's going on, guys?
What you got on your shelf
Hey.
back there? Bunch of coffee mugs.
She got back there.
Oh, some coffee mugs, some trophies.
So many trophies. What a fucking
Well,
winner.
most of those are Liana's.
Oh,
Like the Puerto Rico Pro and all that. That's all Liana's. I've only got 3.
Look at the belts. Is that Cardillo belts? What kind of belts are those?
One of them's Liana's old cardio one. One's mine, and then when I won the overall at the qualifier, I got a belt.
Oh, okay.
Pretty
Fancy.
sweet. Yeah.
Fancy. Yeah, but we were talking about Stu's prep so far for the New York Pro.
Yeah, how's that going?
it's going. Pretty unremarkable.
But I noticed since that USA's you did, I noticed you get pretty much your stage weight for you kind of hold your stage weight for a while and get better at it, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
I mean, dude, I'm still on like a gram a test right now. Like, if I were to change up my drugs right now, like my look would change a lot. You know, a lot of the softness is just from fluid right now. Yeah, there's probably like another 5-10 pounds of body fat to go to as well. But like, yeah, I get kind of ahead of schedule and then just kind of have to carefully hold it. And this time we're just gonna push a little bit further each time. I think I need a break, you know,
Yeah.
and hopefully not overdo it. I'm like in my head right now. I think Blue's gonna like fucking overdo it with me and you know push me down too hard and I'll get all
You're 10 weeks
stringy.
out?
8.5 now.
8.5?
Yeah.
When you start adding in the hardening drug, your physique completely changes. Like you'll think you're like, oh, I'm not gonna be ready, and then like you add those in, and like your physique does like a 180
Yeah, I've done this,
so quick.
you know, this whole thing enough times now to know better, but it's still like you're looking in the mirror and it's like it's not, you don't look how you want to look yet.
Yeah.
But I've never been good at being patient anyways. So
You're you're at a point now where I don't know if you could actually. I mean, you can get flat for sure, but I think you have so much tissue now that you have some more leeway. Not that that's an excuse to come in flat.
yeah, that's I guess we'll see because I definitely will be losing more tissue over the course of this prep. I started out with more, but like I mean, I just have to be in really good shape to stand a chance this year. And when you're like really, really lean, like leaner than I was last year, like really lean, you can eat a lot before a show, carving up, and you're not really going to spill. At least I won't. Other people, maybe it's different, but like I've never really spilled at any show. Even the last couple of years, I've been full but not spilled. You know, so.
Well, another thing is sometimes it's better to. I can't say it for everybody, but I feel like what I've noticed sometimes it's better to overdo it just because you can end up looking better, right? Even if you're lighter than you needed to be. I know with Joe kind of competed in the 240s, but he went down to like the 230s.
Mhm.
But I also think that's why he beat Janicki. Just that little bit of sharp because he beat Janicki off of condition from the back, the way his glutes and everything tied in.
Yeah.
If he wasn't as peeled as he was, I think Janicki would have got him off of like shape and roundness and flow, you know?
Yeah.
So
I
just
can
that
see
little, you know. Same with Elias. Elias might have been, well, Joe was the lightest super heavy by a good bit. I think Elias was the lightest super heavy as well, right?
I was the lightest. I was like, dude, I think the morning of the show I was like 230.
Holy shit.
And I weighed myself, like Cameron will have me weigh myself before and after every meal. And I think I went on stage even after eating like so much food the couple days before. I went on stage at like 231. And that morning of the show was my lowest weight all prep.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, you couldn't tell because as long as you peak right and you're not flat as hell, you can't really tell.
I was
man. It just,
so with me, what I could tell with my physique, I think we peaked good. But to get that like super, super shredded lower body that I had, I think I lost a little bit of fullness in my upper body from that. Because if you look at some of the stage pics, you'll see that my lower half is like really in, but my upper half looks like it's a little bit on the flatter side. That was, I think that was
one day outside.
night before, yeah.
holy shit. Yeah. There's gonna be some trade-off for sure. It's just that all you have to weigh out is this trade-off worth it, basically, right?
Yeah.
You know, like what am I trading off and is it worth it?
And the philosophy should really be like just get big enough in your off season where like you have some ground to give, you know?
Yeah. And I lacked already where a lot of the flatness in my upper body was, in my arms and my chest. Those are the two spots I lacked the most in my entire physique, I think. So, you know, if maybe 2 years down the road they're a little bit denser, you know, they're not going to get us flat when my lower body's shredded.
You know what you have to do.
Yeah.
You know what you have to do for your arms, bro.
Exactly.
Hey man, more muscle literally can solve every problem you could possibly have, right? You can have a condition issue and you can solve a condition issue with more muscle. You know what I'm saying? Because so it's like,
does it solve personal issues too?
Partially.
Yeah, muscle solves everything, dude. It solves all the issues.
Or the try at least.
It's like we see Andrew and you're like, oh, Andrew, you just gotta get sharper. But we don't realize if he tries to bring in shredded glutes, the look falls apart. So it's like he has to get so fucking huge, but I guess same for Samson. I mean, for Samson to get his glutes harder, he might have to be bigger just so that he doesn't lose whatever he loses from wherever he loses it from, if that makes sense.
He was already sharper at the UK, man.
He was. He was.
I don't know what Samson's doing and stuff, but from what I'm hearing, maybe he's too much insulin. That's what I'm thinking.
Man, that man doesn't need any insulin, let alone too much. He doesn't need zero, none of it.
Not anymore.
He comes in shredded, man. Like he comes in shredded. He's probably gonna win the Olympia.
You know what? I feel like we all used to say that. I got to be honest. I don't know if I'm convinced anymore.
You don't know?
I don't know if I'm convinced.
I agree. I don't think you can.
Yeah.
What does shredded mean? He can
like
be shredded.
Hottie, like Hottie's conditioning.
Well, that's not going to happen because I don't think that's just conditioning. I think that's a specific look that Hottie has that nobody else has, right?
It's genetic.
That's what I'm thinking. If Samson comes in at 3% body fat, I still don't think he's going to look like Hottie. Even if he's shredded, he still won't look like Hottie. So my thing is that he actually comes in 3% body fat. He won't look the same. He'll look shredded, but like we just said, something's going to be a little bit different. If he actually comes in peeled, not UK, actually peeled, something is going to give. He's going to be a little bit flatter somewhere, and he still won't look like Hottie, So
I think the muscularity is just like the density, and even if they were the same condition, which will never happen, right? Even if he still wouldn't beat Hottie because like the density that Hottie has is just next level. I'm sorry, I don't care how pretty and billowy your muscle bellies are.
You know, I feel like a lot of that is due to kind of training styles, how people train too, like how their look ends up being on stage, you know, training a certain way after such a long period of time, you know, will kind of change the way that muscle is going to look when you're on stage.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know
maybe.
how Samson trains. I have no clue. I don't know how he diets. Milo said he was only doing an hour of cardio. I almost laughed when he said that on that podcast. It was like,
Wow.
fucking hour?
That
Seriously?
close? Damn. Yeah.
That's it? I mean,
For
you're
Samson,
Nigerian, dude. Like,
you gotta.
big.
Did
Hey,
you ever
it's-
talk to Kennedy with how much cardio he was doing?
Yeah.
Off season,
Exactly. Case in
even
point.
off season.
Bro,
Yeah.
Kennedy would message me and he'd be like, dude, today's been a day. He's like, I just had 2 hours on the fucking stairs.
It's fucked
Yeah.
up, but I mean, yeah, that's what it takes. That's what it takes for you. And I hear that he's doing an hour, and I'm like, the fuck? Do you
Same
want
thing I was
this?
thinking. Hey man, like you shouldn't have there's not like a choice. You don't get to choose what you want to do. Like I don't want to eat fish, you know. I don't want to do it's irrelevant what you want to do. Like if you want, you know what I'm saying? If you want to win,
Nobody wants to eat fucking whitefish.
no.
I love whitefish personally, but I mean,
Sure.
I'm weird.
Cold whitefish.
So like the thing, I watched that podcast with Milos talking to Dennis and everybody, and like I heard that, you know, it sounds like Milos doesn't have much control over what these guys are doing at all.
Yeah.
Like,
Doesn't
is he
sound like
controlling their food, their cardio, their drugs, their training? Like when I hear I'm being coached by someone, I assume they are doing everything: food, training, diet, food, training, drugs, cardio, fucking supplements, what time you take a
Everything.
shit every day. It's like it needs to be
Yeah.
that level. But you're like third place in the world right now is just like he doesn't really have Milos doesn't really have the reins. Like
Yeah.
what the
He
fuck does
doesn't.
he do?
It's,
I
it's
mean,
pretty dumbed down too. Like it's like they send you the plan, you do exactly what they tell you to do, you give them feedback, and then adjustments are made. Like it's so simple.
yeah.
It's not like, all right, Cameron, I'm not going to do the stairs today. I want to do the bike instead, or I'm not
Fuck
going to do
that.
this, or I'm not going to eat this because I don't like the like.
Yeah, and it's not like you can't communicate, right? It's not
Yeah.
like you can't talk to your coach, right? But I mean, I don't. How can you even say you're coaching someone when you have that little control over what they're doing? And like he said, he was coaching James through like his whole prep. Again, I don't know. He said that James just went off and ate shit when he felt like it. Like, okay, then I mean, as a coach in that position, like what you need to do is be like, this guy's no longer working
Boom.
with me. He's doing whatever the fuck he wants.
100%.
So I
100%.
am not affiliated with that. I mean, Blue tells me about people that he works with all the time that he just fires. Like if they go off and do their own shit, he's like, all right, see ya. I'm not going to put my name on you. Like
Yeah.
I'm not associated with you because
that.
you're not doing what I'm saying.
Mhm.
So like, I don't know. That confuses me. I mean, obviously there's still benefit for Milos to be affiliated with those people at all. It's just a clout thing, and he's not charging James and Samson, right? But it's all the other people who come and hire him when those guys place well and look crazy that he's making his living off of, right? But
Fuck clout.
I mean, well, no, if clout is your currency, which I mean, Milos posts a lot of pictures, dude.
He does.
He's like old pictures of himself, pictures of other people. It's like the guy that's his game, right? And he also coaches people, but like the people who are paying him large amounts of money to be coached by him, they care about his high level clients, regardless
do.
of what's actually happening there. I mean,
The only issue is that the dangerous thing about clout is that, like we've seen, it goes both ways, right?
yeah, it's
So-
a hell of a drug.
Exactly. So like you'll get this clout, and 3 weeks ago you're the best coach in the world. Oh, Milos got 3 guys that are going to be in the top fucking 5. He's the best thing since Hottie. But then when things start to unfold like this, now it's like you're the worst coach ever, right?
Yeah, but then
And-
again, with like Hani, like Hani's good at peaking people, right? But he picks like literal champions. Like you look at him, you're like, okay, you can make this guy Mr. Olympia. You peak him right, you know.
Yeah, but see, I feel like people try to use that as like a crutch, but it's like, bro, Hottie's a busy man. Like, he ain't about to coach me. Like, I wouldn't expect.
I agree with that, and like he can be selective, right? You know.
Yeah.
But
Okay. It's also that there was a Hottie, 10 plus years ago that was working with local level guys, and he was turning all of them pro.
Yeah,
Exactly. So when people say this, they're usually talking about like Phil. But why did Phil choose Hottie? Phil chose Hottie because he saw Hottie fucking turning all these people pro. So he had to start somewhere. So it wasn't like Hottie just woke up one day and was like, I'm only gonna pick Olympians. He started from the ground level with just local guys, turned them pro, and then our other pros are seen. It took him, listen, man, it took him like, I don't know, 15 years at this point, right? So Hottie has all the skills he needs to take anybody from zero to hero. It just so happens that at this point in his life, he only has enough time to work with these people, and it only makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
and I think if Derek Lunsford started telling him no and telling him I'm going to go do this instead, he'd tell him to get fucked.
oh, absolutely,
Because
yeah.
he didn't do that. Like he has like zero tolerance for any deviations. I remember Boston was talking. He told some story where like he saw Hani freak out on some kid who was being coached by him because he like swapped two meals around. He's like he put like the chicken and the fish meal, like he swapped him or something. Seems kind of like minor, right? And Hani was just like all over him, like about to fire the guy, you know? So that's what he's like. And he would absolutely
I kind of
not.
respect that though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he absolutely would not tolerate this
Like,
crap from
he
any
wants to
level athlete.
make champions. You know, I get that. I get that.
There's a reason why his success rate is so high, and it's not only his coaching, it's not even only his clients. It's because none of this is going to happen to him. You're not going to be having refeeds when you want to. So it's funny you said, what if Derek did that? He talked on his podcast that he almost fired Derek because he said Derek was like, he wasn't agreeable. He would keep saying, I know. And, like just off of conversational reasons, he almost fired him because it's like, no, this is what you're going to do. There's no like, you know what I'm saying? You're not the coach. I'm the coach. So unless you're that way, you almost can't even call somebody a client because a lot of these top guys, the ego is such that they think like you're there for their benefit and they can just do whatever they want when they choose so. But my name is on the line too. Hani's name rings bells. So if people start coming in soft, it better be my fault, So I don't know. I feel like when you're with a coach is one way or the highway. All this in between crap, it's not fair for the athlete. It's not fair for the coach. It's not fair for anybody.
Yeah, just follow the plan. It's really stupid simple.
Blue.
I do feel for Milos though. He does feel like he was thrown under the bus, because none of them followed what he really planned out for them. So I don't know why people are shitting on him.
We don't know.
Yeah, they didn't do anything to complete the plan.
Like, I'm sorry, if you need your client to be doing 2 hours of cardio and he's only doing an hour of cardio, then you should fire him.
He's only coming in halfway you want him to,
100%.
Right. I think he could have got ahead of this. He didn't because of the clout that came with those clients, in my opinion. So he's kind of the victim here, but also
he probably wouldn't have fired Samson. Like
he didn't.
No.
Yeah.
No, he wouldn't fire him.
Proof's in the pudding. I mean, Blue tells me all the time about like he doesn't work with open pros for the most part because they're fucking divas. Like they are stubborn. They don't listen. They don't communicate. They think they know what's best for their body. You can't work with that. It's a
Johnny Castellina told me the same thing. He told me, Johnny Castellina. He's like, I want to work with open pros because of that.
Yeah.
Literally the exact words, diva.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like a waste of time because they know that any other top guy is going to coach them for free. So they're like, they're like, I don't need you. I'll just go work with the next top coach. But it's like, yeah, but you kind of do need them because you can't do it by yourself. You know what I'm saying? You might think you can, I just this has been going on more recently than back in the days where people just kind of go off and do their own thing. it defeats the point, because the best part of coaching is not making your own calls. You're not in the right mind to make your own calls. So, you should never make your own calls. If my coach is like sweet potato rice, I'm not even going to go as far as say, yo, can I have white potato? I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm just following the plan. Like, there's no say, as far as I go, there's no say so. I don't say shit.
We'll say more if that's in prep though. Like in the off season, it's like, okay,
that's different.
I want to eat this for this meal. It's a little different. Like you can probably switch potatoes and rice out, but prep, it's pretty dialed in.
Off season, I might switch fucking potatoes for potato chips at that point.
Yeah, we know you about it. You got that
Lays.
Yeah. I guess Stu's kind of right, because I felt like Milos was getting blamed, and then now he's kind of become the victim. But I guess I think he also sees them as family, which is cool and everything, but you got to protect your own shit too. So when you take because he was taking all the praise, not like he was trying to get it, but he was getting all the praise when Samson won, whether he coached him 100% or not. So now if he gets the other side of it, I guess it's only fair. That's what you're saying, Stu. If you're gonna get the clout, you got to get on both sides.
You made your bed, lay in it. I don't know. I can't really feel bad for him just because. I mean, you didn't control the situation, and if you couldn't control it, you need to remove yourself from it. If you're coaching somebody, it's like you run the whole show and nothing in between. So I don't know. I think we've talked about Samson.
Do you think if he won, we would have had this conversation?
Yeah, what?
I would. I mean,
do you think if Samson won over Hottie, we would have this conversation?
It wouldn't be a broader conversation, but I would still talk about the fact that like Samson has never gotten in shape, literally never.
Well, Blue and Justin Wyatt both talked about that. Remember when Blue was on, he was like the way it seems that his wife is doing most of the prep anyways, so you might as well you remember he said that, right? When your coach is on. And then Justin Wyatt said the same thing. He said from watching the videos, it's like his wife controls everything, so who's really coaching him? At the time, we didn't have this information, so I didn't know what to make of it. I'm like, I guess so. I don't know.
Yeah.
But then now it's kind of like it's all kind of weird.
Did I tell you, dude? When I won the USAs, Brad wasn't really my coach. My girlfriend actually picked me in the last 4 weeks.
Now it comes out.
Okay.
Yeah, the truth is coming out.
No, why you been going with that line for so long then?
Same,
just
dude.
making I'm just joking, bro.
Oh! I thought you were serious. I'm like,
no
get rid
of
Brad.
Shit.
Oh man, no. Yeah, I mean, listen.
It's gonna start as a trend every time you don't do good. Oh, did I tell you it's my significant other that beat
my
me?
cat?
I think it's fair as long as it goes both ways. As long as you get the good and the bad, because like I know in sports like the NBA, when a team wins 70 games, everybody's like, yeah, Steph Curry, go Steph Curry. Once they lose, all of a sudden the coach gets fired. I'm like, so the players get all the love when they're winning. As soon as they lose, the coach is fired, right? I don't agree with that, but to be fair,
don't know, the coaches get paid pretty fucking good in the meantime, and they get a lot of praise. I mean, hard to feel bad for those guys either.
Take a lot of money.
Yeah.
So like
they're making a lot more than any of us probably ever will.
A lot more than bodybuilding coaches. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
But yeah, before Milos got with Samson, he was kind of like he was Milos, he was the mind, but he wasn't like people's go-to coach by any means. And since he's been with Samson, he's kind of been the go-to coach, the it coach. So since he got that benefit, now on the back end, he's maybe getting some bad side. But I guess it's fair. You get the good and the bad. Fuck it. It is what it is. But,
Last time I checked, also, when you actually want to coach someone as a pro bodybuilder, dude, you must have at least spent half your life studying bodybuilding, doing it, actually learning about it. It's very odd that someone would nowadays would be totally okay to say, "Hey, I can coach open pros." That's such a hard job, dude.
Well, like who? Who
you just get like when Samson said that his wife was speaking him, I would like assume like when someone does a job like that, you must have had so many experiences and knowledge, and
she does though.
She does.
Yeah,
from what I heard, at least, yeah, she does.
And to really do it at a high level, yes, I agree. You do need a lot of experience, but let's be honest, a lot of people are up there in the open pro ranks doing really well because they're genetic freaks and they got fake coaches who will throw anything at them and it will work.
Yeah,
there's a decent amount of that. So I mean, I think working with, local level or national level amateurs and performing well with them is a much better litmus test of how good of a coach you are. And it's going to expose you to a bigger breadth of athletes and talent levels than you would get working with open pros. I don't know if Milos works with any like amateurs like that. Probably too expensive for most people.
I agree with that 100%. And I think that's why, like, I'm gonna brag a little bit, but that's why I think Cameron's such a good coach because he's got a good amount of pros. Definitely, I think me and Trevor are his two open guys now that are pros.
Barrow.
Oh yeah, Barrow too. I forgot about him. And we all went pro this year. So I mean, every year every national show he's turning somebody pro, and
he's doing good. He's doing good.
I think he does. He's just a phenomenal job, and he's taken some guys that I've seen, and you look at them and you're like, yeah, this guy could maybe win a local show, like, and then just completely transform them in a prep and end up winning the overall and doing pretty well at a national show. So I think when you're able to take a competitor that's not like you just look at them and you're just like, yeah, that's nothing special, and really turn it into something special. I think that kind of shows how good of a coach you are rather than just taking a guy that's genetically gifted and turning at him, winning shows with him,
Yeah, because you don't have to do much when that's the case.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if Samson's wife can get him to do more than an hour cardio and get him to eat white fish, then he's probably gonna be shredded,
White fish, dude. That's literally all he needs to do.
That's it.
I could coach him. It's white fish and green beans. Like 3 weeks. You're gonna get there.
Asparagus.
Maybe.
60 mgs of Halo.
Yeah, Zayd's gonna run the drug protocol, of course.
Zayd will do the drugs.
He's the expert there. But
I'm gonna do the cardio.
Samson's probably just taking too much super draw. That's probably what it is. That's why he's so damn
he's so full. Yeah. Dude, it's just impossible to talk about this shit in any kind of educated way when we don't know the whole picture. We don't know bits and pieces of it, and it's like
exactly.
Okay, it definitely sounds like this is not typical. We don't really know what the fuck is going on here. So that's a fault on both parties, and it's absurd that it's happening at this level of the sport. Honestly, like if you're serious about winning the Arnold Classic, pick somebody good and listen.
Especially when you've won it before.
Yeah, which is dude. And but also like maybe he won it before getting away with this crap, because he's that good.
Exactly what happened. Bro, who else could win the Arnold Classic under these circumstances? Like, what the fuck are we even talking about here? It's insane, but he did because, like you just said, Stu, he's just really that good genetically. I don't know if we've ever seen anybody even win the Arnold in that condition. With all due respect, have we?
No, it's laughable.
I'm not going to say that, but I don't think we've seen it. If I'm being completely honest, right? I don't think we've seen anybody in that, So listen, first of all, let me preface it. We like Milos and we like Samson. I think everybody does. I don't know anybody who dislikes. Everybody likes them. Yeah. We're just having a very honest conversation about what transpired here. What the fuck is going on here? It's crazy,
I gotta add. Do you guys remember Patrick Johnson?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How come he gets that hard ass look when he competes, but Samson can't? they're pretty much almost the same type of skin, if in my eyes. But you correct me, Beatty, if I'm wrong. How come Patrick Johnson nails it when it comes to condition, and he's just as dark as Samson, and probably whatever he does, he will work on the other dude.
He's actually darker than him, but no, it's not a complexion thing. It's just genetics. I don't believe it's the complexion. I believe you can be dark and have like that skin wrap look. It's just is rare, but it can happen, right? Same thing, like you could be a Compton, you could be a white guy and have like black guy muscle bellies. You know, it does happen. So like Sean Clarita is pretty dark, but he gets that. I don't think it's a complexion thing. I think it's specific to the person. You know what I'm saying? It's more specific. But I think sometimes if you're really dark, though, maybe under certain lights, like Terrence Ruffin, sometimes he's so dark that you don't see the separation. Is there though? I don't think Samson is there, so I don't think I don't think Samson is a skin thing, and I believe Samson can get shredded. I actually do believe. Now that we know what we know, I believe Samson can be shredded. I just don't think he was doing what he needs to do to get shredded. If I'm being honest, you know. It's not like a Akeem thing, whereas Akeem, I believe Akeem has been doing everything he needed to do. Whereas I just don't think Samson has got the job done personally. But what do I know, right? We don't actually know what the fuck he does. I don't even think, I don't think if the own coach doesn't know what he's doing, we don't know what the fuck he's doing, you know?
Is it leanness or is it hardness?
I think it's both.
Yeah, there's body fat on him. A lot of body fat.
You can't see any of that if you're.
Oh, what's up, Xavier?
What's up, man?
Can you tell I'm in prep? I'm a little more brisk than I usually am right now. I'm just.
I see, yeah.
A little tanner too.
It just fucking shocks me, man. I mean, you're third in the world. Fucking hire Blue. No, actually, Blue wouldn't work with you. But
you probably there's for sure body fat in the actual glute. The hamstring is peeled, but in the glute there's body fat. In the midsection there's some body fat, and then like there looks to be like a layer of fluid like all around the body as well. But there's definitely body fat. Yo, listen, anybody can have shredded glutes and hard glutes. Not everybody is gonna have fucking ripples down their glutes. Stu doesn't have ripples down his glutes, but they're fucking shredded and they're hard. Everybody can do that. There's not a human being that can't do that.
Yeah, it's like, how thin is your skin? You know, I don't have crazy lines like Elias does, but like the skin is
shredded. Yeah. So same with Nick Walker. Nick doesn't necessarily get like lines all the way down, but there's no body fat there. You know, you know what body fat looks like. If you look at Samson's glutes, that's not the excuse, because you can see body fat there. It's not like his glutes are peeled, but they have no lines. They're just not peeled, you know. So,
and he's smart. That's why he squeezes his glutes before he turns around.
Yeah, he does. He wants to show it, and he flexes his hamstrings more, because flexing the glute wouldn't make a difference, you know. With all due respect. Yeah. What's up, Xavier?
What's up, man? What's happening?
Just talking about Samson and Milos for another hour.
Yeah, awesome.
We got nothing to talk about. What's that show? Is it Arnold Brazil?
Okay.
South America? Yeah.
That's coming up.
I think it's
safe. Has anyone talked to Carlos? What's up with Carlos? Is he doing okay?
Oh,
is he learning Portuguese?
Him. You know what? I texted him because we were talking about him, and I told him, "Yo, can you hop on?" He hasn't got back to me, so that could be a good thing or a bad thing. It could mean he's suffering so much.
Yeah, he's doing 2 hours of cardio, eating the fish, doing what he got.
There you go.
I think he's in that mode. You know, there's a point you get where you're not. I would have texts from Monday. It would be Friday, and I would have texts I didn't open from Monday. At that point, fuck a text. Yeah,
I remember.
You just give up, man.
Last year, he was planning on doing New York. He ended up dropping out, but you know, we were like, me and my buddies were like checking up on him to see like what he looked like, but he deactivated his Instagram for like weeks. Oh, and I was like, what the fuck? And then he blocked me for a second.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember he deactivated it. Yeah, because I went to reach out to him. I'm like, he's like, he blocked me. Blocked me, and I was like, why? And I, every time that like a bodybuilder deactivates their account or they do block me, I'm like, what have I said recently in my videos? Have I said something bad? I'm like,
check yourself.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised how often that, or you wouldn't be surprised because you do podcasts too. But it actually does happen. Like you could bring something up and you don't even remember you brought it up. It's something you said, But the guys are dieting, You're not yourself when you're dieting. You might hear something, and you're like, "Fuck that guy," and you're like, "Oh shit, damn, I didn't mean it like that,"
Man, without mentioning any names, there's a guy that competed in one of the divisions at the Olympia that literally said, based off something he heard on one of my podcasts, I don't think it was something I particularly said, but he stopped competing because of that. And I was like, holy shit. But I don't even know what was said exactly. I don't think, because normally when you hear something and you're like, that's bad, or like if one of the other guys said something bad, I'd be like, oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah, cut that out. But I can't remember anything. So I don't know.
See, I feel like I don't mind anybody saying anything on my podcast about anybody as long as nobody incriminates themselves, legally or anything.
We're judging physiques. We're not speaking about the person anyway, right?
I got to be honest. Even if it's about the person, I don't have to like feel that way toward the person. But like I remember Zay said about somebody who like scammed him, right? Took his money. And then he said his name, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, if he did that, fuck that guy." That to me is okay. I don't know the guy, but if you're gonna scam
5 kits
my boy,
of Serostim, dude, it was a big one.
You're about to name drop him again.
Sean
worse story
Leslie.
than that.
Oh my god! Stop.
but
I got
it
way worse than that, bro.
boy.
I'll tell y'all off.
Really?
It's
It's awful. It's so bad. It's Serostims, same thing.
Well, there you go. That makes me feel better. Thanks,
That's what
brother.
you get for ordering farm shit, you rich fucks.
no
Dude,
farm
I had
shit
to
here.
save up for 2 years to get that order.
And now you're using generics, aren't you, Zane? Yeah, you learned your lesson.
I learned.
Okay, so coming from Zay, how do you feel about the generics?
Verdict.
I do 3 IUs a day. I feel fuller,
That's why Zayd's head looks smaller than mine.
Generics. I mean, I feel like people.
Please
so
don't
far,
know.
Put your hand up.
But
See the hands.
3 IUs though. Oh, so it's not too
All
much.
right.
Yeah,
That's not bad.
But next month we'll bump it up. Yeah.
Good.
Those are generic hands right there.
Shit looks
I
like-
definitely want to get to the 10
look at
IUs
this.
to level.
Generics. All generics, baby. Generic hands. You see that?
Stu
This right here?
you take the regular dose is like 5 IUs of growth, but Stu's like, I'm just going to take 20 since they're generics.
Yeah.
Okay, we've been over this. I tried 15 for like 4 days and I stopped because I couldn't stand it.
Because your hand felt like it was going to blow up.
Dude, my whole body just felt like
Yeah.
tight and waterlogged and that was bad.
It's
Can't
one of
even
those
hold-
things.
Is it really expensive to manufacture actual GH?
Yes. It's hard to like real growth hormone. It's hard to grow it because from what I've seen, it comes from they get it from bacteria. So they have to, grow it.
I believe it's E. coli.
Yeah, some kind of bacteria. They grow it in labs, and it's just a lot harder. That's why it's so delicate, and like you can fuck it up easy.
Yeah, but I mean, the generics seem to do the job, man.
So
I like
Elias,
them so
let
far.
me grill you on this then, because I feel strongly about this.
Yeah.
I have never used pharmaceutical growth hormone my whole life. Do you think I've never taken growth hormone?
No,
Like, what is
not at
your?
all.
I don't think I've used any growth hormone ever.
No. I'm saying you have. You definitely have.
Okay.
No. I believe that you have. I'm just saying that from what I've seen and the generics that I've used, I would say once I started using Serostim and I started using it like regularly for like longer than a year, I was just like, my physique looked so different. Because I was taking generics for about a year and a half, probably 2 years. And I think about it, and I started Serostims, man, and I was on it for a year, and it was just like, I mean, I don't know if it was just me getting older and better, but
No,
I wasn't really doing.
Was it like
The
I'm
some
gonna tell
source
you-
of the generics mattered a lot, right?
I'm gonna tell you the issue right now. I'm gonna tell you this is why this argument goes to the win, because you never had good generics. You had bullshit generics.
Yeah,
If you had good,
and that could have been it, and definitely that could have been it. You know,
literally that simple. It's
after,
literally that
after the
simple.
podcast, you got to let us know where you got them from. Because there's
Exactly.
like a few good names out there, and the rest
Yeah.
of them are.
and I mean, and that
Oof.
that 100% could have been it. And then, but once I started using Serostim, I was like, holy fuck, dude.
Nobody who's ever taken like a legit generic good shit would ever say that, because the way you're gonna blow up, you could never say farm. You know, you would never say. So anybody who has the argument, they've just never had good. They probably had bunk generics.
Babies you've used both, right?
I would go as far as to say I think Serostim is pretty mild, you know, and I'm not the only one who believe that. I've had some top guys tell me that Serostim was so in comparison to the generics that at least we take, you know. So I've taken Serostim, I've taken Serrano something, I forget that one.
And I've used like Pfizer pens and what's the other one? I've used like legit Lilly before.
Yeah.
And I've never taken those long enough to really realize like, oh, are they better than Serostim, or are they better than generics? So I don't have like an answer for that. I just know that I've used Serostims consecutively for a long time, and they worked really well. So I'm not going to say that generics are shitty. Or
I would go as far as to say, if you tried almost anything besides Serostim, you would actually see more results. But I would put Serostim here. Humatrope, you would feel more, and then kind of so on and so forth. But I would actually put Serostim pretty mild, bro. So I would put money that after this podcast, if we tell you a couple of things, you would actually blow up even more than from the Seros. I could promise
you'll be
you that.
using 3 times as much for less money.
I recently just started like a cycle like 2 weeks ago, and like I'm running 6 right now, and I feel fucking phenomenal. And I was running 6 post show to like rebound.
Yeah.
And I got it up to 8, dude, and my hands felt like they were gonna fall off. But then again, a lot of that was just water retention from like post show.
You had a pretty gnarly rebound, right? You've talked about that.
Definitely. But it was, dude, there's a lot of inflammation and stuff. So once I came off everything, and then I took a couple months off, and then now that I'm starting again, dude, I probably can get to like 8, and I'll be fine this time around, because there's just way less water in my body already. And it's
you just got to go slow with it. Like if you go from like 4 to 8, you're gonna feel it a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna feel it.
You just hit the gas pedal after the show, and I think that kind of made my inflammation go up a lot.
Me and Stu, we're gonna end this debate with everybody by using Zayd and Elias. Like we're gonna have Zayd double his generic, and we're gonna have Elias switch to generic, and they're gonna blow up to the point that nobody they're ever gonna be able to argue.
I think if I raise it to 6 I'll probably see more.
I mean, if you're getting
generic,
like 100%, if you're getting generics that are just made the exact same way, dude, like it can't be much different. It's 191 amino acid. It's one simple thing.
That's what I was thinking.
There's nothing special like put into them. It's just 191 amino acid. That's it.
I think my favorite, like, people get conspiratorial, like the true believers in farm growth who think like all generics are fake. They're so funny, dude. They're like, the Chinese are putting anti-diuretic hormone to make you retain fluid, make you think you're on GH in their fake generics.
Fucking retards.
You fucking
like, I don't realize what if you
Compton.
If you don't have insurance, I don't know what Serostim cost if you go get it from CVS with a prescription. I don't know what it cost, but I can imagine it's probably like $600-700, right? It probably costs that like company that's making it like $20-30, like nothing.
Yeah, it's
like
U.S.
to make a
healthcare.
generic one and sell a kit of generics for $200 when it costs whoever's making it in another country. It's probably, I mean, they're still making super high margins. So like, just not selling it as high as American pharmaceutical companies are.
Yeah, man. If you could look at Compton and be like, that man was running fake GH, then I don't know what to tell you.
I don't believe that generics are fake at all.
All right, good. We don't have a problem then, Elias. You can stay on.
We got
For
an
now.
issue.
For now.
Yeah. All right. What do we talk about? We already talked about Samson and Milos. What else we got?
Well, we were talking about Arnold South America. Carlos is did you look up Carlos? Is he MIA? Is he deactivated right now? Or
no, he has a profile, but he hasn't posted in quite some time. I'm gonna assume this is a good thing. I'm gonna assume he's suffering right now.
I'm rooting for him because if he wins that show, that means he won't do New York, and I won't lose to him there. So
I'm friends with Carlos. I think he's got a really good look and shit, but I think Rafael is going to beat him.
Oh yeah, I mean
honestly,
I think Rafael is ahead of him for sure. You know, but hey, I mean, shit happens.
Man. Dude, if he gets himself in real good condition,
that's true. Like you never know, you don't know. So, but that's just what I think.
The thing that scares me about Carlos is that he does have ulcerative colitis.
Yeah,
you know, like and doing a prep is you're going to be doing the things that cause flare-ups. You know, you're pushing your body to an extreme level. Like I dated someone who had UC, and it was a sort of a different variation of it. But it was no joke. And she even said when she sorted it out, like she dropped like 5 kilograms or 10 pounds or whatever of just fluid. And she was lean already, but it was she's holding fluid because of it. Yeah,
that's rough. Inflammation.
Y'all want to know a crazy story that happened to me when I was prepping?
Yeah.
So, all right. So I think it was like mid-July at this point, or the beginning of July. And I was outside doing something, and I was at work, so I had my camis on, and I was in like the grass area doing something, and I remember feeling something crawling up my leg, and so I went inside, shook my camis out, and like checked my leg, and I didn't find anything. So go on with the day, go to the gym, then I came home, and it's probably that happened around like noon, and then I came home after the gym. I think it was like 6-7 o'clock. I took my shorts off to get in the shower, and there's a tick on my like thigh, stuck to my thigh. So that's what it was crawling on my leg.
They're those things that like get on it, and
it's a parasite. They like bite you, and then they burrow in and suck your blood.
Yeah, I saw one of those on someone's neck, man. It freaked me out.
A big issue here or not where I used to live, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, the Northeast.
Oh shit, Lyme disease. Yeah,
big thing.
Ooh,
and it
really?
was a deer tick that bit me. So I wasn't thinking much about it at first, pulled it off, and then I started to think about it, and like I was like, okay, maybe I should go get this checked out. And one of the main things with Lyme disease is you get this like rash around the bite, and it's called like a bullseye. And I got that. So I started to freak out. I went to the ER. I was like, hey, this is what happened. I got bit by a tick. Like, they're like, okay, you probably got Lyme disease then. So they tested my blood, gave me some antibiotics. And here I'm probably like 3-4 weeks out from just the qualifier. So I'm like, dude, this antibiotics are going to fuck my look up. Like I'm fucked. So anyways, I did the antibiotics for, I think it was 20 days. In those 20 days, I felt like dog shit. And the blood work came back, and they said I was good. And then I went on base to go get it checked again because I just wasn't convinced because the bullseye was still on my leg and it hadn't gone away. And they said I was good. So that entire prep, those like final couple weeks coming up to my qualifier, dude, I thought I had Lyme disease. I was freaking out. I was on antibiotics, felt like dog shit.
So is Lyme disease one of those things where like once you have it, it never goes away?
Yeah, so it's basically an autoimmune that develops. So there's a bacteria that the ticks have in their stomach that basically once it gets into your blood, it develops that autoimmune, and it's just an inflammatory disease, man. My buddy, do you guys know Steve Metropolis?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I remember that name.
So Steve has Lyme disease, and I talked to him about it, and he got bit on the neck. He got bit on the neck. What's up, Kane? And he had it, and he got it a flare up where it was in his knee, and his knee, he said, like blew up like this, and they had to pull like some insane amount of fluid out of his knee, and it like attacked his patella tendon and fucked his leg up, and he had to stop bodybuilding because of it. Because bodybuilding, prepping and in the off season, you're just causing an inflammatory response in your body. Period. So that on top of Lyme's disease, he would just have flare ups after flare ups, have to go on antibiotics, and he just couldn't be a bodybuilder anymore.
So you caught it quick enough and took antibiotics to kill the bacteria.
That's what I'm thinking.
Didn't develop it?
Yeah. Okay. Because I didn't go to the ER for like 2 or 3 days after I got bit. And Steve got bit, pulled the tick off within like 30 minutes. And mine had been on my because when I was looking up, it said the tick had to be on you for like a couple days for you to actually get it. But I don't know. Maybe I got it quick enough and it killed the bacteria, and I don't know. But they said I didn't have Lyme disease, so but I was fucking freaking out,
Fuck
man.
that shit. Glad you don't have Lyme disease.
Yeah.
So it was in New Jersey, you said?
Yeah. Anywhere in the Northeast it's like a huge thing. Like if you get bit by a tick, you're probably going to get it just because it's a bad problem there.
Well, I'm just going to avoid that part of the world then, if I can help it.
You're going up there, New York.
For like 2 days.
Careful, Stu.
Don't go to wooded areas.
No.
How big was the tick?
How big was it?
Yeah, the actual tick.
It was a small tick. Dude, it was like maybe like an eighth the size of a dime. It was super small, and I don't think it had even sucked my blood yet.
Oh man, they're so disgusting, bro. Like seeing that on someone's
neck. I pulled it off with my fingers, and it just came straight off. The head didn't get stuck or anything. So
the one that I saw on someone, it was like there's no pulling it off. Like it's pulling it, and it's like nuts. It won't. It's latched
because it's head. So when they actually bite you, they have to burrow into your skin. So their head will burrow in, and then they start sucking your blood that way. They're disgusting.
That's disturbing.
They're gross, man.
Why do they need to
burrow into your skin? Like, what's that for? They're
parasite, dude.
What are they looking for? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Blood.
That's super disturbing. Thank you, Elias.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that terrible story, dude. Jesus.
Yeah, it was awful, dude. It was like probably the most traumatic thing that had happened to me in a while.
Well, new fear.
Yeah.
I heard someone talking about this sort of stuff recently, and they were sort of going into it and going deep on it, and they're saying how we've got these things that are like living inside of us, these different like parasite type things that we don't even know about, and they're like, there's tons of them, and I'm like, I don't even want to fucking know this.
Probably.
There's a community. There's like a fucking world of like some sort of community of things that are living inside you. I'm like, no, I don't want to even fucking think about it. I'll just stay naive.
Oh shit!
Just don't go outside. You'll be good.
Maybe we pivot away from this topic.
Yeah, let's
Arnold, South America.
Yeah.
There's a new update of Good Veto. Let's go.
Oh yeah.
He posted a new one for you, Beatty. Right by the water. Yeah.
Let me check out my boy, Vito. Okay.
Oh, well, I'll just say one thing about Carlos as well. The good thing is you actually can get ulcerative colitis under control. So some people can do that and manage it. But yeah, I'm just always concerned about the prep and the inflammation. And Carlos does seem to like hold a little bit of fluid. But if he has it under control, then I think it'll be good.
So when Vito jumped off that stage for the guest posing last year, did he tear anything or what happened?
No,
I can't even remember what the injury was exactly.
He just, from what I saw, he didn't train legs for
like, I don't know, for a while, and then he was back training legs. Like nothing happened.
I wonder if he tore something, man, because it looked pretty bad when he jumped.
It don't look like it here.
Yeah.
If this is his real leg.
Yeah.
Who's it?
A new picture. Yeah.
Where's he from?
He's from
Russia.
Is he from Ukraine? Ukraine or Russian?
No.
Russian?
Yeah.
He's crazy. And he's young too.
Yeah, but he lives in Brazil now, which is probably better for him because if he was in Russia, he'd probably be doing some crazy cycles, from what I hear. So he's in Brazil now. He's in good hands. He posted another picture. He said,
"Yeah, that one isn't that one new?"
Oh, I think so.
That's
Yeah,
that one.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen that one. Okay, well,
his physique updates, half of them come from the beach.
Why do you think that is?
He lives by the fucking beach.
Look, that street light.
Green lighting on the street.
Can I zoom in to make sure that these branches are all in the right position?
Yeah. Is that why that Landerland is there?
You see? Like, well, why is maybe? I feel like
You think he's hiding his hernia?
Hey, there's a preacher curl in the background.
Okay, so a couple of things. When he actually had the hernia, you could never see it in pictures. You only saw it in that video he was guest posing.
Bro,
every other picture,
it was bad.
But every other picture, it was invisible. Why was it invisible in the pictures? Anybody have a?
Because before he took the picture, he'd go like, just fucking.
Oh, dude, I've had a hernia and I've had that sort of shit. Like, I've been backstage at a comp and I only realized I've had it when I've got to the comp, because those last few weeks, like when the fat comes off and you start posing, you're like, this shit's sort of like half sticking out a little bit. And then I was pumping up backstage doing push-ups and I'd look down and look at it and I'm like, it's poking out the most I've ever fucking seen it. And I'm literally just pushing that fucker back in. It's great. It's like,
I want to send him a DM. I want to see a front double. Actually, not a front double. Any shot besides the front double. But I want to see it in a gym with like equipment and people behind him. Because a lot of the time, there seems to be a lot of empty spaces behind him. So I want to just see him in a gym with a lot of, straight, pointy objects, and just to get a better idea of what's going on here. That would be cool.
We should all move to Brazil. I think Tonio and Carlos are onto something, dude. Like,
I think
yeah,
so too.
I agree.
What's the cost of living like down there?
Well, Carlos is just down there for his prep. That's what he told me.
Yeah. He's not moving there, but like we should learn Portuguese and move there. Like
5 incomes, that's pretty good, for a house.
I agree.
Yeah,
and
like
get approved.
It's probably like super cheap down there too. Living in a favela shack,
right?
I think all the Brazilian pros that do half decent are doing very, very well financially in terms of their sponsor, their contracts, and all that sort of stuff. I don't know what's going on. Like, if there's like a bit of a change there in terms of like sponsors and stuff. Because I saw like Franciella Matos, she just changed her sponsor from like 6 years ago that she's been with, and there's a whole bunch of guys. I can't remember what the company was. They were sort of they're working with a few of the top Brazilian guys, and they
got a couple.
Something with Raw and Revive.
Darkness.
They have Darkness, and they have it's a crazy name.
Atletico. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's like a really long word.
I don't even know what it is, but I know
They're
exactly
like
what you're talking about as well.
It's like the same company Carlos told me. It's
really?
Like muscle something. Hold on, let me find it.
But also they have a Dragon Farmer Brazil now. I guess it's a branch of the original Dragon Farmer. That's why Tonio's in Brazil, I would presume, because he's with Dragon Farmer. But yeah, they have like a Dragon Farmer Brazil, I guess what you call it. So that's why Tonio's there.
Shit, dude, I'm like part Portuguese. Let's do this.
Integral Medica.
That's what I'm talking about. It's Integro Medica. It's a weird long name, but they sponsor a lot of people and apparently pay good money.
Yeah, they have a bunch of South American athletes on here.
Bro, there's got to be like some drug money working its way into the bodybuilding world or something like that down there.
These supplements are probably garbage.
Yeah, but I mean, if the
looks like
price is right,
I was going to say, if they want to start paying me, I'm like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Those supplements are great, Elias.
Have you even looked at the panels?
Hey, for $40K a month, they're probably great.
Yeah.
This is crazy. This is crazy.
Yeah.
I want to see Vito post a video like this to get a better idea.
That's like a cross between like Brandon Curry, because I remember the video of him back in the day from Oxygen Gym, like just walking around with his back just hanging out of like one of those stringers. And it also sort of looks like that, but also like Dexter / Michael Lockett with like that just crazy like pop and density in that. Just not like, Michael Lockett doesn't look real as well. And Tonio just sort of doesn't look real. Like it doesn't look like it's possible, but back, you can it's not like he's just shot himself up everywhere. But I could see how some people would even think that, because it's just the muscle just looks crazy, insane.
I think he has the potential to have the best back in the entire IFBB. I think the way he hits the back double, I think he kind of hides his back a little bit.
Think you beat Derek?
No, because Derek just turned 30. I think Tonio is 28, 29. So in some ways, maybe thickness, because Derek has the width and the taper better than Tonio, but maybe density.
The thing that confuses me about Tonio is like his shoulders are not that wide structurally, but from the back he looks insanely wide. Like his lats and shit just pop out way beyond his shoulder joint.
That's crazy.
It's bizarre, man.
But I was looking at,
it's not anything weird. Like it's not oil or like it just looks like that.
No,
it's crazy.
I think he could pose this slightly different, and it would look even crazier.
Wasn't he only like 215, 220, something super low at Olympia?
Yeah, lower than that. 2 teens, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like he probably could have done 212.
Oh, 100% could have. Yeah, he said it on either on Mr. Olympia television. He made 212 weight at the Olympia, basically.
What did he get? 8th? 7th?
Yeah.
What was it? 8th?
8th, yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, he's climbing his way up there for sure.
Okay, so
he's getting that crazy detail on that lower back. Like it looks like that flex. When Flex Wheeler was at his best in the gym and he's doing that. I think he's doing like Smith machine, maybe deadlifts or bent over rows or something, and you just see that as he's pulling back, you see that crazy Christmas tree.
Yeah,
like I'm getting shades of that here.
Yes.
Well, crazy. So since he was already 212, you think he would have beat Sean Clarita if he did both?
No.
I'm sorry. Sean didn't win. Keon won. Would he have?
I don't think he would have beat Keon.
Okay.
I think he would have.
Me too. I think he would have. Off of conditioning. Off of the
only reason I'm saying that is because, like, in my opinion, dude, I thought Sean should have won 212, and I feel like that's a little controversial, but because I like Keon, but like, I don't know. I think that was something was going on there. I think Sean should have won that.
Well, I think they wanted to send a message like this is the physique we want to see, rather than like, just tons of muscularity. We want like this pretty shape as well. Even if you get beat in some poses and your conditioning's not as good. I mean,
his midsection wasn't as good either. And I think they're big on that now too. So I think it was just a combination, and they're just like, I think they just gave it to Keon, but
this is exactly why I agree with Xavier that Tonio would have beat both of them, because he has the shape, he has the flow, but he also has that Sean Clarita amount of graininess and conditioning and the crazy back. So he's the perfect combination, right? Because a lot of people disagreed with the decision because like, well, what about the conditioning and density? And other people are like, well, but look at the shape and symmetry. Tonio has both, and Tonio is going to appear quite a bit bigger than Sean. And he's also going to appear actually bigger than Keon. He's not wider than Keon, but I think he's overall more complete, I would say. So,
it's at the end of the day, like they're all phenomenal competitors, and it's really hard to say unless they were up there next to each other.
I agree. I agree. Yeah, I agree.
I love Keon, man. I love his physique, but I just think the conditioning level, I just think that would be enough. And plus, Tony is dense as hell. Like he's real dense.
Yeah, I love Keon's physique too. I think he's crazy. Crazy.
Yeah.
Basically, if Sean Clarita had Tonio's waist, Sean would have beat Keon. It just so happened that last year his waist was probably the worst we've seen his waist. It still wasn't like it wasn't like, oh, this is a horrible waist, but it was the worst we've seen his waist, you know. And it just so happens he's going against the best waist in fucking bodybuilding, you know. So
Yeah,
that was the combination. All right, who else doing the Brazil?
was Raf.
Oh yeah, well he's gonna win the Brazil, I'm sure.
I think you got that
sure.
William Martin's doing it as well, but
Yeah.
for me, yeah, I think his midsection, just the shape of it and the length of it, I think just kills him in certain shots, which sucks for him. But
He's got more muscle and conditioning than anybody there, though.
yeah, I know. Yeah, it's that balance, but I feel like it always has a ceiling for him, you know, in a sense, because on the front double, unfortunately.
Is Force doing it?
No,
I don't believe so.
I love how we call him Horse instead of Marcelo. Like everybody just calls him Horse.
Yeah, like, is there going to be another bodybuilder with a name like Dog? Is Dog doing it?
Yo, I was watching the Dennis James podcast, and then somebody said, "Oh, is it true they call him Horse because of his legs?" And then Rafa was like, "No." Rafa said they call him Horse because when he started taking creatine, that he was taking the horse medication.
He's talking about vet grade,
what?
man. I was cracking up.
He talking about the gear. He was talking about he was taking.
There's been so many stories about why he's called that. There's a bunch of people saying it's because of the size of his legs and all that. But then Raf just said it straight, and he's like, because he's taking the horse creatine.
Well, when I heard his name, I thought they meant like horse MD, as like MD being like, I don't know, like medicine. I didn't.
Doctor?
I didn't. Yeah. So I'm like, are they saying his name is like horse drugs, or what are we saying here? I didn't catch that his name is Marcellus DeAngelis. So Marcelo DeAngelis. I was, oh, that makes sense.
I thought he was like a doctor or something. Like I had no idea. I was like, where'd the horse come from? So,
horse doctor.
He's a veterinarian.
The vet.
Did anybody have? Oh, what is this? Did anybody have Rafa ahead of Samson?
No.
I don't think we saw enough comparisons. But looking back on it, like there's certain shots where I'm like, Rafa at finals, I'm like, he's pretty much taking the lineup, you know, like there was a few shots when you really go back and look at it. There was some, I was just overly impressed. But when he turned to the back, I think he was a little bit, he just needed that little bit more. That's why I think he's going to be so good at the Arnold Brazil, and I reckon.
Is it a key
unless someone pulls something out, he's got. That's a good one. Yeah, I don't know.
Sure. I guess it hasn't been confirmed. I guess.
Feel like Akeem could win that if he did it.
Yeah, I think they all should do it. It was only 6 guys at the UK update.
Akeem really, like, this year he's looked definitely the best he's ever looked.
Yeah,
which is cool because he came back from an injury, you know. And God, he's got to be close to 40 now, huh? Beta, you probably know.
I would assume so. If I'm 31, I feel like I said, I've been knowing these people since I was a teenager. So if I'm 31, these motherfuckers got to be getting close to 40 by now. Shit, you know. I would assume so, but these East Coast guys, they're real vague. You know, you don't really know who's their coach. You don't know their age. You don't know much about these guys.
The coach is Akeem.
Chris Aceto did this year.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How close do you think it was between Rafa and Samson? Do you think
pretty fucking super close, honestly? Yeah. Like, dude, I'm sorry, like the conditioning, like Rafa was in good condition. Wasn't peeled, but he was in good condition.
What did the scorecards
much
say?
Better than Samson, though.
Dude, someone was saying. Sorry, you go.
No, you go ahead.
Someone was saying that Raf, I can't remember if it was on the live stream, if it was like Fuad or if it was Dennis James or something, but someone was saying that he just shouldn't hit the crab most muscular, like Raf shouldn't. And I'm like, I think it looks pretty damn good, man. That crab looks pretty crazy to me with the delts and everything.
The hand clasp looks really good on him.
Yeah, I think do both though, because both look sick on his physique.
Yeah.
Bro, name me one pose that doesn't look good on Rafa. I think he looks great on every pose.
That's exactly what
That's
Tyler
the
said.
side
He's
tricep.
complete.
Kind of weird though. You seen that? The side tricep.
It's still very aesthetic, though.
I don't remember it. Let me see if I can find one. Well,
Yeah,
I think
that's
if I
a good
can,
one.
I don't think he hits it perfect, but yeah.
I've been
it's
saying
still
since Raph was at past Olympia, like I think he's gonna work his way up there, man. He looks crazy. He's one of the best in the world right now.
Go to the tag photos.
Go to the tag photo because he's not gonna post it on his page.
Yeah, I'm sure he wouldn't.
Well, if it's not on his page, then Zayd is probably right.
I'm intrigued now.
No, it's good. It's just he doesn't hit it the way he should. You know.
I don't think I'm gonna find it.
Are you looking for
that mustache?
Yeah, it's probably not gonna happen.
Or a
He's
side
not
try?
still in Columbus, is he? Because that picture is
they're old
That's
photos.
an old photo. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
He still has the mustache. Remember, he shaved it off. That mustache makes him look about 10 years older right around this part of his face.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find. Now I want to see it. Raphael. I don't know how to spell it, but I'm gonna try.
Just sound it out.
Spell it phonetically.
I literally do that when I write down.
I can't even find one. I just Googled it. I can't find him doing a side try.
Well, I'm gonna assume Zayd is right if we can't find any on Google.
This shit's memory hole.
We had the cartel from Brazil just fucking delete all this shit. Dude, there's nothing. I'm looking right now. There's nothing at all.
Wow. Okay. I'm gonna take Zayd's word.
Someone.
They make a lot of money in Brazil, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, everything is like a most muscular or a front double or a front lat.
But like,
I found one from him, like a super old picture of him, but he's probably like 21 in this.
Oh no, that don't count. That don't count. Well, it's funny. It's funny because he always posts the most muscular hands class, but you would think that he didn't have a good back or good legs or something, but he does. He just doesn't. I don't know, for whatever reason, he's only confident in that pose. I think, besides the side tricep, since we can't confirm that, I think all his other poses look really good. You know, I don't know.
I'm looking now. He posts side chest. He posts everything but side triceps. He hates his side try.
I mean, he's got
Zayd.
arms.
Zayd is onto something. Try to find like a picture of my glutes, and you're not gonna find it. There's a reason why you're not gonna find it.
Oh no!
Oh man! All right.
I didn't say it was bad. It's just he hits it awkwardly, and he doesn't hit the regular one. He hits the one that is the illegal one.
Oh, he hit the front one.
Like? Put it on the screen. The front one. Yeah, the front one. He does the front one.
Huh.
I'm sending you a message.
Okay. I guess I didn't pay attention to it.
Yeah.
You see what I mean, though?
It's pretty decent. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. It's like he doesn't like lock into it, sort of thing. I remember him hitting it now, but it's still like if he crunched his like serratus, intercostals, obliques sort of area, I think it would look way better because Hardy's doing it right next to him, and Hardy sort of has that all sort of switched on.
How can I? Oh, it's a link. Let's see.
Just click on it. It's just a link to the photo.
Okay, perfect.
Poor guy. I just mentioned it quickly. You guys wanna really see how.
Yeah. See this. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay. I mean, it's not as good as Hottie's, but it's pretty good. I think
it's still a really good pose, man.
No, I said the front tricep, not the side tricep.
Oh well, that don't count.
Tricep.
That don't count.
Yeah, that's
remember
the
that
illegal
pose.
side tricep.
The illegal side tricep.
I think.
Yeah.
Straight to jail.
I think.
Yeah.
I think he's beating. I think he's beating Samson. Actually, what do you guys think of side tricep? I think he's beating.
Yeah, man. The side leg, the detail there, like the
shoulders.
flow.
Look at the shoulder detail, the serratus, even the abs, the midsection. Yeah, I would say so. Hottie's beating both of them, obviously. It's Hottie.
Yeah.
But besides that, yeah, okay. So I think Rafa should post more poses. I think he's pretty good.
Raph, we love
I'll
your
send
side
it to you
tricep.
later. That's not the one I meant.
Like that shot is amazing on him, but if you look at all his other poses, it's worse. It's his worst pose.
Which is saying so,
Yeah. Which is you're right. Which is saying a lot. Okay.
What do you think of his back shots? Because the close up footage. Oh, my connection's dropping.
You good, Xavier?
Still got you.
Yeah.
Okay, you got me? Cool.
We got you.
Yeah, everyone was just like frozen.
What you were saying?
Oh shit, man! I can't even remember. I freaked out when it froze.
His back poses.
He did back poses. Yeah. Xavier freaked out.
Yeah, yeah. I was just saying, yeah. His back poses, like when you look at the Gilco footage, he doesn't look as crisp as he sort of looked on the stream. But then it was like that with a few guys too. And that Gilco footage, for whatever reason, I think it made everyone, like the up angled ones, more of the Arnold in the UK. It made everyone look, I think, a little bit softer.
Yeah, it's
I
like
don't know if it's just the angle of it or what. But.
It's like the super high def newscast footage. When they started broadcasting like 1080p fucking news footage, you could see all these broadcasters, like every fucking pore on their face, and they were like, boy, they weren't as pretty as you thought they were. And start getting work done.
You see the
makeup.
the females with their makeup, and you can see their pores and shit.
Yeah, it's brutal. It's the same shit for bodybuilders. It's,
when I saw my stage shots from North Americans, I was like, I liked how I looked. And then I saw the Gilco shots, and I was like, man, I feel like I didn't look as good in this in the video.
Oh, that's picture. Oh, okay. Here we go, Rafa. Why is Gilco using the drone? Why is he moving so much?
No, I'd like it back where just the straight on version.
It's probably just where he could film it at that time. I don't know.
He fidgeted a little bit. I don't like the fidgeting.
I think he has a crew. I think he has a crew of guys as well, so I think they still take the straight on stuff, but then they do these ones.
Jay works with him now.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
That one. You see it? You see how he hits it?
That twist was the best.
Yes, we saw it.
This makes him look a little softer in this.
Yeah, this is, it's cool to see this, but like it's kind of unforgiving. I mean, like my NPC News Online photos versus the Gilco video that I got sent is the video. I look a lot softer on it. I mean, it's probably a better representation of what I actually look like, which is annoying. But
if you had that same video in grainy sort of footage, you might actually look more conditioned, but people just don't know exactly.
480p stretched out from 20 years ago. Yeah.
You know what I'm thinking too? When you're taking the NPC news, when they're taking the NPC News Online pictures, you're sitting in the pose for a second, right? So like that muscle's going to start to pop when you're in the pose flexing. But then when he's taking that footage, you're getting your physique the entire time, like not in the poses, moving. So you're probably just not going to look as good.
Baby, come back to us.
My bad.
I like how you stopped and started smiling.
I didn't even see. I wasn't even looking.
He didn't hear a single word you just said.
No, what you guys are saying?
Oh shit!
Yeah, that's his wife.
What?
That's his wife.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Stop looking, bro.
Daily, bro.
Oh no, I'm just it's conscious coverage, right? I'm trying to cover more of the girls' divisions. I
was on the beach.
Yeah.
Cover diversity, and inclusive. Who won? Oh, did Laura Lee win? I think Laura Lee won, right?
Yeah, three time.
Yep.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see. If
You're at nationals on me.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
You got distracted. It happens.
There you go.
It's wellness?
No, up a little more because Bikini was the second day.
Yeah, who
okay,
so
there you go.
Laura Lee got first. So let's see okay.
Oh, I can see exactly why.
Yeah,
she perfectly fits
bought
the criteria. Yep.
She kind of bought like a fuller package, not as
too hard.
You are so full of shit, man.
Dude, my tongue is so far in my cheek right now, it hurts.
I thought last year she came in too hard, so I think this is the perfect look for Laura.
Shut up, man.
He's not going to respond to your messages, man. Sorry.
Tag her. Make sure you tag her in the podcast.
She's kind of insane too.
Stamp in there.
I mean, I'm sure you've heard what she did to Sean. She's not a good person.
We're not gonna get into that one, Stu.
You didn't keep that tongue inside the cheek vest, you just let it out.
Oh, whoops.
We're not gonna get into that one, Stu.
Fuck it.
No, don't worry. We all know. Don't worry.
I should probably cut that whole segment out. That got out of control. Everyone left.
Yeah, just once you started scrolling down, probably
just skip over that. Just that last little bit.
Look, you're trying to brain from clicking on some of these. I can tell.
Since we're gonna cut it out anyway, I might as well get my money's worth.
We're not cutting that out. Fuck that.
Who's that?
I don't know. What's the name?
Tavia.
Tavia Matza, like matzo balls. You know,
Tavia Matza.
She must be Jewish.
Let's give him some love.
Italian.
Wait, no, she's not Jewish. Never mind.
Italian.
Let's give them some love. You know.
I've dated a Jewish girl before, and I've gone to like the Jewish things and like chucked the yarmulke on my head and stuff. And man, it's an experience.
Sure, it suits you.
Did they
do have fun parties, man.
When you went, were they like, you have to wear this, you're not allowed to join?
No, they were chill. They weren't like the super serious, but they'd still all sort of do the holiday things. But yeah, it was I tried to like read one of the things. You know how they speak in Yiddish, where it's like it just sounds like that the whole time
in your mouth. Yeah.
I tried to do it, bro, and they're just like pissing themselves, laughing at me. I'm just like, oh fuck, I don't know. Like, your turn.
We're gonna have to chop. We're gonna have to chop the last 20 minutes at this point.
Yeah, the Rothschilds are gonna get our podcast taken off the air.
The whole phlegm. Definitely. You made it sound worse when you said phlegm.
I mean,
thank you.
Hey, they've been taking out channels. Oh, didn't they take down your channel for like 30 minutes?
Mine, yeah. I shit myself, man. Well, this, I don't know exactly why, but
we're back.
Yeah,
but yeah, and dude, it can come from like either people reporting your account, like mass reporting, or paying bots to have it reported. So you get 100 people or 200 accounts or whatever reporting your account, so they just take it down quickly and wait for you to appeal. Or it can come from the only other thing I was thinking, it was like comes from some auto checker thing, but it still seems like very drastic to delete a channel and say, sorry, we know this might be inconvenient for you, or blah, blah, blah. But then it also said underneath this, so this is on the new account, it said you cannot have any other YouTube channel, you cannot create another channel. And that's when I shit myself. So I was like, ooh, is my main channel at risk now? So I'm like, shit.
Yeah,
when I appealed it, I didn't know if to appeal it, because I was like, is that gonna like tip them off to my main channel? So I was like, fuck it. I appealed it and then gave a very professional sounding reason as to why I'm appealing, and because it made no sense. And then 2-3 hours later, back.
That happened to Bodybuilding and BS, because it didn't get taken down because of Bodybuilding BS. It got taken down from one of his old accounts, and then he tried making a bunch of new accounts, and they just kept taking it down. I feel like somebody had to tip him off, because he had Bodybuilding BS for like years, and it didn't get taken. The original one got taken down, but then the new one, the one that kind of went viral, he had it for a couple of years there, and it didn't get taken down.
So somebody must have been like, hey, you don't recognize that guy from the. I don't know how that works, but that's
Or they
unfortunate.
implemented
Recognize
like
him from
the
the
facial.
what, matey? There's a lot of people that would report him. To be fair, like he's made a lot of enemies in this industry.
Yeah.
He did.
I don't really have any problem with. Are we allowed to say his name? I won't. We were talking about.
We can say Nick Fusili.
Yeah,
It rhymes. Like
so
Seinfeld?
Nick's channel, like, boy, I don't have any problem with him. I find him kind of entertaining sometimes. Like, there's a lot of people that hate his guts, like really hate him, because I mean, he's made their lives quite difficult at certain points.
Like I kind of get both sides. I think when he knows it bothers you and you complain about it, he digs into you harder.
Oh yeah,
and
Do you remember one time he went off on Steve Kukulo, and how he cheated on his wife and all that
About
stuff?
his wife, yeah.
Ooh,
Dude,
that
he
was-
literally broke. I
that was a
think
lot.
he had a lot why they broke up later. Yeah,
Damn, yeah, that's
that's
rough.
rough.
See, me personally, I wouldn't make a video like that, but I mean, somebody's gonna do it. We got TMZ. I don't know. It's still entertaining. If we're being honest, it is entertaining. But I could see how you could get upset, and guys like Nick didn't get upset, and then because they know each other, but it never got to Nick. So I think Trajili respected that, and he started to like Nick. He's like, oh, I actually like this guy because he didn't get upset. I guess
talking about Walker.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, they know each other forever, though. They're both Jersey guys, so
they do.
Yeah.
But Trajili would dig into
Up Jersey.
But like, there's been video that Trajili would kind of dig into Nick, and Nick just didn't say anything.
I mean, man, a guy of that status, like, you got to have so many idiots talking shit on the internet.
He don't give a fuck about that. He don't care.
He only cares about our opinions.
Yeah, he does.
For some reason.
He's cool.
But yeah, what Xavier did, starting a podcast channel separately, I think that was smart. I think I should have done that, but I didn't expect the podcast to actually do well. I just thought it was just going to be a podcast we do once a week if we felt like it, So I didn't think it was a big deal, but now I kind of wish I did, because I have a lot of old videos from 10 years ago on my YouTube channel that some really good memories that I wouldn't want to get deleted. Once it's gone, it's gone. You don't get it back. So I want to keep it separate if I could. It might be too late. I don't know. But
it's hard, man, because I was like, if I'm putting this on a new channel, obviously make no money from it until it gets monetized.
mm-hmm.
But that's not the big thing. But also just you going, okay, is it going to just get less views? Is it going to be crap? And then I've got some of them on one channel, some on another. But
yeah,
honestly, like the more I've looked into it and the more I've looked at other channels and how they perform compared, like Fuad's channel, for example, like being one of the biggest ones. He has AJ who does some bodybuilding news on there, and then he has the podcasts. But most people are subscribed to his channel, 90% of them, to listen to the podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
So if you put up a bodybuilding news video and people are like, oh yeah, Fuad's got a podcast up, click on it, and then it's something that goes for 11 minutes or 15 minutes or whatever, then they go, oh, okay, I'm not interested in that. So they go away from it. So like you get those messages on YouTube. Sometimes I'll do an interview with someone and it might be a big name and it says less of your subscribers than usual are choosing to watch this video, which is why it's performing worse than normal. So it's like you have to appease those subscribers. And I've realized that, like, when I put the bodybuilding news videos up, when there's some like good topics in it, it says more people than usual of your subscribers are choosing to watch this, which is why it's doing better, or it's getting a better click-through rate or whatever. And it's like, that's what people mostly are subscribed to me for on that main channel. So when I do podcasts and interviews, I feel like as well, they get less views. So it tells YouTube's algorithm, he's not doing that well. So the next video, fuck it up by like 15%, you know? Like just don't share it out as much.
Yeah, so I've seen that like with like if you watch people that like stream gaming things, if they play like a certain type of game or just one game, right? And they get very popular on that one game, and then they switch to playing another game, like the viewers are like cut to a quarter because everybody is there watching them do that one thing. And then when they deviate to do something else, it's like, okay, this isn't why we came to watch this guy, you know? So it's, I mean, it's the same thing with Fuad stuff. Everybody goes to watch him because he's funny.
Yeah.
See, I don't know anything about that. I couldn't tell you what analytics, I don't even know how much views I get. I don't know how much subs I got. I don't know.
Maybe you can't even put this shit on Spotify.
This
is week fucking 542 of asking.
I think, okay, the other day I actually made an account. I made an account with the Spotify. So I might be able to post this episode. Yeah, because I made an account.
It when I see it. Guys, as you're listening to this on Spotify, welcome. Welcome to our new platform.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna post it on Spotify because I've been getting that a lot. But how come nobody says iTunes? Nobody does iTunes?
Spotify is the biggest now.
Yeah.
Huh. Oh well. All right. So this episode, I'm gonna hold myself to it. It's gonna be on Spotify.
I think there's got to be like a way to upload automatically to like all the different like Google Podcast, Spotify, Apple, whatever the fuck platform that is.
I used to use a program called Libsyn, but I don't know if there's better programs now. But yeah, you post it on Libsyn and it just shoots it out to all of them. But I think you have to make it. I think you have to make accounts for each one still up front. I don't think you can just be like Spotify and it'll go up. You know.
Well, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I just go on here and talk shit and then post it.
It works.
Yeah. I can't get too into it. All right. You guys want to do questions? Been on for a minute. Stu got to bounce in like
20 minutes still.
All right, bet. So let's get to the questions. How you guys feeling today, gentlemen? You guys good?
Awesome.
A little slow starting out, but I'm feeling a lot better now.
Yeah, so I see it. I see it in your demeanor.
What's that mean?
Okay. What would you guys recommend? It's kind of random, but what would you guys recommend Urs to do about his arms? As SEO is not an option. I was gonna say, yeah, shoot them shits up.
Retire.
Ask Stu.
Well, dude,
I gave my answer.
I mean, how big do your arms need to be in classic though? I don't think Bumstead has big arms.
Mr. Olympia has
all about
arms.
proportions, bro.
Yeah, but C-Bum's arms are thicker. You know what I mean? Like you if you measured them compared to Urs, yeah, like
from the front, they are really bad, dude. Like
I don't know
just his arms, they're really bad. From the back, from the side, they're pretty good. But
you talking about C-Bum?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just measurement wise, I'd be way bigger than Urs.
I think it's the opposite, bro. I've seen C-Bum and Urs both in person. I think Urs' arms would actually measure bigger than C-Bum. Like C-Bum has really weird like inserts. His biceps are really high and short. His triceps are kind of high and short. I don't know, man.
Pull up the classic Olympia, man. Pull up the classic
pictures.
Olympia.
Yeah, no. Okay, but hey, I'm talking about in
definitely
person.
got bigger arms.
Have you guys seen them both in person?
Yes.
No.
If you see,
I saw Urs in person, and he looked much smaller. Just all around, everything seemed way smaller.
That's definitely not what I. Yeah, that's not what I saw. I saw Urs about a week after the O, and Urs was huge. So I don't know. Maybe you saw them depleted. I don't know what you saw, but let me see.
I saw Mr. Olympia.
Bro, come on.
I don't. We gotta see this on video.
Okay. Was the argument that Chris's arms are better than yours?
Yeah,
they are.
Oh yeah, way bigger, bro. Way.
Yeah.
I don't see it. I gotta be honest. I don't see it at all.
You're blind, buddy.
I don't even know what they look like, man.
Like, I just don't.
Either of them.
I guess it depends what shot.
Click on that one, the third picture of Chris next to the sauna. This is him in his off season, like prime off season time right here, and his arms are huge.
But wait, what? What did you say?
What are we talking about? You say that's huge? That's huge to you?
Sir.
No, I'm saying they still look big there. Like,
no, they don't. Hell no, they don't.
But C-Bum doesn't even look like he's like, you know.
No disrespect to Daddy C-Bum here, but please, I mean,
this is not huge by.
Dude, I guarantee Chris is on like nothing there, and I mean that's impressive. Like,
but that doesn't matter. Who cares what you're on? Like, you're not being judged by how little you take. If you have small arms, you have small arms regardless if you natural or on.
All right, I'm looking at Chris. All right, let's see. How do you say his last name, or how do you spell it?
Who?
Bumstead.
Kalasinski.
Oh, Kalasinski. If you're writing Kale, then yeah.
Kalasinski. Got it.
I just don't see it. I gotta be honest with you. I don't see it. I just don't think he has.
You're choosing to play the pictures, man.
Pick up the picture. Now pull up pictures of Urus, and you'll know exactly what we're saying, bro.
Give out Olympia footage first. I want to see that.
Urus,
this one?
It's so much smaller here.
Yeah.
No. There's no video or picture that C-Bum's arms look good to me. Maybe I'm an arm snob. I don't know. I'm sure Stu will agree with me. I just don't. He doesn't have good arms at all. He just doesn't.
I just feel like if I saw any of these guys in person, and like, admittedly, I have not.
But look at his arms there. That middle one, middle up.
I just I think I'd be disappointed.
Yeah, but look at his arms there. They're bigger than Urz's. You cannot tell me they are not bigger than
100%. I'm looking at these pictures.
I'm so confused.
Side by side right now.
His biceps take up less area on the screen than his forearms.
I'm so confused.
His entire upper arm looks smaller than his forearm.
Go to the video, a couple of posts up in the middle, but look at his arms and tell me they're not as big. They're not bigger than Urz's.
But
then now you're being selective.
Holocaust survivor, bro.
Now you're being selective because I done pulled up five random videos and pictures.
You have pulled up zero good pictures of the two of them next to each other. So
that's what I'm saying. If I go to Stu right now, do I have to like go through 10 pictures to prove that Stu has big arms? No, I'll pull up any picture. He has big arms.
Just pull up Google both their names, and I'm sure you'll find a picture.
We got Instagram. Let me see.
Google.
That's too much work, bro.
Okay. So his arms are bigger? You got off that one real quick, baby.
Oh, no. I can say that if you want. I mean, it's not an arm shot, so I figured I would put an arm shot.
Yeah.
I'm looking for like
that
front
shot
double,
just shows how smaller his arms are.
I'm trying to. Well, I guess he doesn't post arm pictures.
Hers got like the same size arms I got. Fucking tiny.
Okay, let's see. Well, yeah, his arms are not good at all. They're not good at all. But neither is Bumstead.
You still think they're better than Chris's though?
At this point, no. I think it's a tie. Actually, not now. Looking at this,
I
think it's a tie. In person, Er's arms look bigger to me, but on the internet, I would say it's a tie. I can't we're comparing small to small. Like I can't say this guy's arms is bigger if they're both small. With all due respect.
Yeah, I never said. By the way, I never said Er's arms are bigger. I just said that they probably both suck.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Stu. Like looking at this, I think they both have small arms.
But our point of reference is, open bodybuilding. So,
yeah,
to be fair,
yeah. But then you look at like Ramon's or whatever. Ramon has some big ass arms,
Yeah,
Ramon has big arms. Yeah, but Breon got big arms too.
But look, I'm not hating on Urs. Like he's got some phenomenal body parts and conditioning's wild and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, just in terms of arm size, if he can bring that up, I think it'll just balance.
So I'm looking at a front double comparison of the top 5 from the Olympia from last year. Urz's arms are smaller, but they have better shape, if that makes sense.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, right. So, and he's just a smaller guy, period.
Didn't Chris tear his bicep and not get it fixed? Like last Olympia?
I don't think you could tell the difference if it got torn or not. It was already so short.
It was, yeah. That's a good way to put it because Chris has bad inserts, like the high triceps, the short bicep, and then Urs has actually good inserts, but they're just not developed. So, I mean, Urs has to put, he could grow it. I don't know what he does for arms, but if the inserts are there, shouldn't he be able to grow it? I think so. You know,
Urs will definitely get much bigger, man. The dude's, I'm pretty sure he's like 24. He's really young.
He is a baby. Yeah,
he's really young.
Yeah.
So
that's the thing. The dude
he's not even in his prime. Like,
no,
he's got so much more time.
Yeah. Imagine being 24 and being like that level, and people be like, "What can he do for his arms?" Like, he's sort of feel a bit bad.
We're on the internet talking shit about him. That wasn't the intention. Sorry.
No. Also, okay. I'm not talking shit about him. He's phenomenal. I was just debating about who had the biggest circumference.
Also for reference, like small is a relative term. So I guess me and Stu are talking from guys who have bigger arms, right?
Comparative to open bodybuilding.
Because I know people in the comments are going to be like, what? C-Bum is the biggest guy in the world and he's bigger than everybody and he could beat Hottie and all this shit. Yeah, I know they're going to say that. So, you know, yes, it's small in comparison to, he's still classic Olympia, but it's small in comparison to what I would consider big arms from my point of view, at least, you know. So
I feel like we don't have a lot of people who would like comment that actually. Like, I feel like our audience is bodybuilding fans, not classic fans, not filthy casuals, you know.
Yeah. That makes sense though. Yeah.
Dude, I think just when you mentioned about, you know, this audience being bodybuilding fans, and they probably are more the hardcore bodybuilding fans for sure. But classic, with that free stream, a lot of people like classic, man. A lot of people check in with it. And even though C-Bum wasn't there, Brian Powers told me the numbers on the classic prejudging, or he told someone or something. I found out anyway. It was huge. It was massive, man. Like, I bet. I think it was put out there publicly, so I think it was like 150,000 watching it.
So what I could really see when I was at Olympia,
140 something.
So when I was at Olympia, I could really see like what classes people liked, because as they'd switch divisions, people would leave, and then as like certain divisions would come back on, way more people would come back to watch. So like when Bikini went on, like half the audience left. When Classic was on, dude, like that shit was packed.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Just that in itself is kind of an indicator of like the most popular. Like
my classic Olympia stream, I think it got like 350,000 viewers.
Damn,
like wild, and it got more. I think it got more than the Open. So I'm like, there is demand for that class. Like, there is a lot of probably more casual fans than hardcore fans of bodybuilding. Like, hardcore fans of bodybuilding, they're the ones that will listen to these long podcasts, you know, because they love it. Like, they're really into it. But I think there's still classic guys watching it. But
I think a lot of the fans of classic too are more kind of like your influencers that are people that like bodybuilding, but they're not into it like we are.
It's like the 18 to 22 gym cell demographic. You know, they're on TikTok. They're, you know, they don't look like they lift, but they're fans and they'll buy supplements from C-Bum and money to made.
Super fat.
That being said, if they had the Opens Olympia separate and the Classic Olympia separate, I don't think it would be close. I don't think the numbers would be close. I don't think it would be remotely close. I think when you have if you have all of them in the same place anyways, I think, of course you're going to watch both, because I'm going to watch both as well. You know, everybody's going to watch both. But if you had it separate, I think it would be pretty clear that 17 to 23-year-olds aren't going to go buy tickets to watch the entire Classic Physique show.
That's the differentiator there. We had a free Arnold live stream. I don't know if that same number of people would have bought whatever $80 for an Olympia live stream, which is bullshit anyways. But like,
they would not.
Are they going to spend the money?
I wish I would have just bought the live stream when I was at Olympia and just not went to the show.
You see,
like a whole division because they sucked so bad at getting you in.
If it's free, then the Classic might get more streams because it's Classic and it's C-Bum in it. But if you have to pay for it, I can guarantee you it will not be remotely close. It just won't.
I wonder.
But in a way, who cares if I mean, do it for free. Like the Federation, do it for free. I don't know, that's like saying a lot, but do all these open and top classic shows for free streamed, and then you'll have the kids that won't, that want to watch the classic. So you're going to get shitloads of eyes. So you can, ramp up every contest and say it's, here's the top guys, this guy versus this guy. Get, 30, 40, 50,000 people watching these contests for free, like even the small ones, and then sell advertising. So sell advertising when it's a decent classic show to the ones that cater to the classic physique more, like the kids with supplements or whatever. Like you can sell this shit just based off numbers of people watching for free. And I think we're underutilizing that now, considering we've got, like, while we've got C-Bum here, he's not going to be here forever competing. Like, take advantage of that shit. The dude has like 20 something million followers. That's like, he's celebrity, like there's people down where I live that casual people that don't even go to the gym that know who C-Bum is. So it's like, you can pull so many people into the industry. And if they just say, hey, Chris, can you help a bit with the, the free stream? And imagine if C-Bum's posting, there's a free stream of the Olympia. How many fucking people would watch? I reckon you get hundreds of thousands extra, hundreds of thousands, rather than C-Bum saying, hey, buy it. And then they click on it, it's $80.
$2. Like,
so, and that's why we don't even charge.
$5. I mean, $5. $5 is nothing.
People buy the stream.
It's like a gallon of gas up here in Washington.
Yeah. I don't know if they think about this, but you also want the viewership to translate into customers, right? For like, if you're doing a bunch of commercials and stuff, young kids do buy supplements, but out of those 26 million, how much of them would buy supplements? It's not going to be the majority of 26 million. It's probably still going to be a small percent.
Oh, I agree with you with that 100%, dude. The younger crowd, that age 16 to 23, those motherfuckers don't have money. I'm telling you that right now, because the people
they don't care. They don't care that much about body. They don't care that much about. They just like Bumstead, but they don't care that much about their fitness journey to actually go buy a bunch of supplements, though.
Yeah.
Wait. The gym I was training at for a while, there was tons of kids there. I'm talking like leaving school and then coming to the gym. All of them were pulling pre-workout out of their bags and shit. And they go, using this. And I hear them talking about it. Like, someone's buying those supplements, whether it's them or their parents. Like,
Xavier, but you said at the gym, those 26 million don't go to the gym. You're still talking about a small percentage of them actually work out. A lot of C-Bum,
I think a lot do, though.
What's a lot of 26 million? We're talking about a lot of these fans are nug boys. I'll be at the barbershop. People see me. Oh, you follow C-Bum. They don't work out, bro. So they don't even go to the gym, half of them. So what I'm saying is that
but those people still buy supplements. Your barber or whatever, they still buy supplements. They'll ask you, when you go and get a haircut, they're like, oh, what do you reckon for this? They still will buy that shit,
It's so funny. Like some totally out of shape guy who doesn't go to the gym will be like, what kind of protein should I buy? Like, bro, stop.
Bro, you're overthinking this. You have a lot of other things to worry about.
Like, what do you think about test boosters?
One.
If I'm a supplement company, right, I'm still gonna want C-Bum on my side. I just don't believe that the 26 million is the end all be all, because I don't believe a majority of his fans are gonna invest into the industry.
It doesn't. That's just my belief. Need a majority. You don't even need 10%. You need 2%. And if 2% of 26 million is like buying his pre-workout, Raw and Revive is making a shitload of money right now. Like
you don't even need 2, man. You don't even need 2%. You need like 0.5%, 1/4%.
Because you got to think, like, if you think about how many of your followers use your code and buy stuff from yours. It's probably like 0.25%. It's like nothing, none. Really.
Well, I don't even have a code.
Oh yeah, it fucking sucks like that. I forgot.
I need to go bitch about that. But anyways, with gas, for example, like that. Actually, you have a code with them. And like, yeah, it's a very small portion of like 42,000 people or something.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it doesn't need to be everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
That's how social media marketing works. Like when you're dealing with such big numbers and the actual conversion rate is super low, it's like, yeah, it's not that. I mean, on social media, like the what's it called? The interaction rate, like likes, comments, shares, all that shit. Like a good post gets like 5 to 6% of your followers will actually interact with it. Maybe half of them actually see it in their feed. 5 or 6% like it or comment or something like that. And that's I think good performing post.
What's that guy that C-Bum did an interview with? That the popular podcaster
Jordan
guy?
Peterson.
The other one, the
the other guy that he like sit down at a table and talk.
Yeah,
I forgot his name, dude.
It's like Chris
Williamson.
That's Jordan Peterson, wasn't it?
No, Jordan.
Chris Williamson. Yeah.
Well, okay, one of those podcasts. I noticed Bumstead had a bum energy there instead of having like Raw and Revive, right? Because everybody drinks energy. Everybody can drink energy drinks, right? So he's like, okay, this person's Jordan Peters or Chris, whatever his name is. Okay, they probably don't have a lot of bodybuilding fans, but they'll buy an energy drink, before something. So he has that for the regular people as well. Like, okay, I know you don't work out, but here's a really good energy drink to get you through their work.
Isn't Bum Energy part of Raw and Revive? Aren't they?
I think it is. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, and dude, that's the way that real like serious social media marketing works. Like Nike, if they're sponsoring you, they don't want you to put a fucking code in your bio and talk about, oh, these shoes added, this much speed to my mile time or whatever. Like they want you standing there with a tiny little Nike logo on your chest or on your shoes. That's it. That's
branding.
And they will give you thousands of dollars if you have a large enough account for that.
Oh yeah. Well, the same way.
You got to think about it too. Like think about how you growing up, like when you first started bodybuilding, or like you look at the guys that you look up to, right? And you see what they're wearing, you see what they're taking. You're gonna buy it. And I know I've done it. Like all of us have.
Yeah, and I think in the bodybuilding world, we have a kind of antiquated model of like, sell supplements or products on your social media, sort of directly, like more aggressively feature products, like talk about them. When in reality, the way C-Bum's doing it, if he just has an energy drink sitting next to him on a podcast, that's going to translate.
Because he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to. He's already that like figurehead of bodybuilding. So everybody looks at C-Bum. What is he wearing? What does he do? What is he eating? They're going to do it just because he's doing it.
Yeah. But I mean, other companies who are smarter with this shit recognize the value of very mild product placement.
I agree.
That's how they do it. In our industry, like we are more aggressive with the, product shilling, generally speaking. And, does it work? Not really. I don't know. We certainly aren't compensated, properly for our value, because that's just like the bar is just super fucking low nowadays. But
a lot of the time your value is based off your code usage, not like LeBron James don't have a code usage,
Yeah,
he's just wearing Nike.
When once Sam Sulek started popping off, right, I kept seeing kids at the gym with the long hair, with the hat, with the baggy T-shirt.
I did
the Chucks. But like Sam didn't have to push it. He didn't say, "Hey, look at this. This is whatever brand shirt. This is what." He didn't have to talk about it. People just want to be like him. So now that he's wearing Hostile, these kids want to take Hostile now. But he doesn't even have to say shit. He doesn't actually have to say, "Hey, everybody, go do this, go do this." They watch him and they want to be like him, and they just copy it, right? So you don't always have to make it a thing. You can literally just do it, or you can just wear it.
When you're that much of a figurehead, and you have that much of an influence on people, you don't really gotta say anything,
But I don't think you have to be them to do that. When I post, there was a time where I was posting ice cream at night, and I would have followers be like, "Hey, listen, I'm doing Ben and Jerry's too. I'm not popular. I'm not famous. I have a following, but I'm not that cool. So like they'll still, even if you have 10K followers, there's people who want to do what you do because they want to, so I don't think you have to be Sam Sulek and Chris Bumstead. I think even for Stu or, I mean, I think it can work for anybody. Just be subtle. I think it comes off better that way. You can mention it. Obviously, you can say pollen, this and that. But I think if you overdo it, it doesn't come across right.
I'm contractually obligated to make those posts, so I kind of try to be tongue in cheek about it, right? But like that's my job, literally, right? So, is that how I do it? If it were all up to me, probably not. But that's how it works for me.
Yeah, I feel that.
The only hard thing about with smaller companies, like if you've got like Nike, right? They would be happy on a YouTube video if they sponsored your channel to literally have the tick in the corner. But if you're a smaller brand and that was your logo, having the tick in the corner, if that was just a no-name brand, people would just see that and be like, huh? And it would have no impact. So it's like those big brands, they can just have branding and brand recognition type things out there. Like if you see a massive billboard with a massive Nike tick, sweet. If I go put my logo on there, it doesn't mean shit. So I guess like that's where especially most supplement companies really, they need some sort of information and brand, I suppose, story or brand awareness, and people need to know about the brand before they can do the more branding type stuff. Like Muscle Tech, who used to sponsor my channel, it's just that they were really wanted that watermark in the top corner because it's like just a branding thing. Like I'm not talking about it. It's not giving them any information. It's just Muscle Tech. And now they sponsor all these other channels and put this other stuff out there, and people now know it again. They know the logo because it's out there enough. And then you got people like Blessing who's like, "Oh, guys, do it," and sort of like that full on stuff that will get people, I guess, knowing about it. So yeah, there's different type of marketing.
I put a watermark on all the shit that I do for Pollen. Now, I am the only bodybuilder that they have on the team. So, I mean, it's a little like we're not going to have any kind of network effect from that, but it's there,
Yeah. But you talk about it still, you know what I mean? So it's like you still, like I would know it because I follow you. So yeah, I guess, but it would just say you only put the Apollo logo up in the corner. No one's going to probably have much of an idea apart from people that know the brand already, which helps to an extent, but for a company like that, probably not that much. But I agree with what you guys say, like having just that product placement and shit like that, like show that you're drinking it and stuff. Like if you're drinking Bum Energy and you're sponsored by them, drink it during a podcast,
Yeah.
If wear the clothing.
Or be like me, just don't say or do shit.
Yeah. Just hope they don't leave.
I don't even know if my sponsors are still my sponsors. We don't talk.
You're a marketer's dream, baby. They love you.
All right.
It's 2:00. I got to get out of here, guys. Sorry.
All right. No, all good.
All right, man.
I catch you
Bye,
next
Okay, bro. Looking awesome,
Yeah.
Stu. Looking
thank you,
insane,
sir.
man.
All right. See you later, guys.
See you, bro.
Look
Bye-bye.
okay. Look all right.
He said, "Fuck you, Xavier."
Yeah. Sends me a message now. Why the fuck did you say that? Weird.
All right.
More questions.
Mike Tyson or Jake Paul?
Mike Tyson is gonna destroy that fucker.
I feel like
He's
Mike
gonna
Tyson's gonna like.
He's
If he
gonna
doesn't hold
destroy
back
him.
and it's not rigged, he's gonna like mop him.
What do you say, Xavier?
Man, the rig thing is the thing that I'm like, is there just a contract written up to how this plays out? It sort of takes the fun out of it. But yeah, I reckon. I don't know, man, because Tyson looks sick. Those videos, man, like those videos of him boxing. It's like that shit is he actually that quick? Because guys lose a step and it's like, well, he's just training again. I'm like, how does he look that good? I don't know. I have no clue. But Tyson with that power, man, like he still looks like he's got it.
I'm gonna break some to you. I'm gonna break some to you guys. I used to box for quite some time, right? Mike Tyson is 57. Jake Paul is how old?
Like
That
30.
is old, yeah.
Okay. Same with bodybuilding. You can't let these videos and pictures, fool you. At the end of the day, when Mike was in his late 30s, he was getting beat by run-of-the-mill boxers.
That's what I was thinking of as well. Yeah, that's the thing that troubled me.
Well, how many times Mike got beaten? Like he lost like 6 times. 6 times.
He lost a lot of times.
He looked rough at the end.
Yeah. He lost a lot of times. So we're remembering 25-year-old Mike Tyson. Toward the end of his career, Mike was getting beat left and right and like getting knocked the fuck out, right? This was still 20 years ago? How long are we talking? You might be able to pull it up better than me.
Right, let's see.
Yeah. You let me know. Let me know how much fights he actually lost, first of all. I would say 12 to 15.
How was Tyson training back there?
wins.
Do you know? Like, was he killing himself?
50 wins, 6 losses. 44 of those wins are knockouts.
Yeah.
And 5 draws. So he's lost 6 times.
Maybe some of those ending fights were exhibitions, I would assume. If you guys, I don't know how closely you guys follow boxing, but yeah, so this was Mike in his late 30s, okay? And Mike was the same thing we see now. He was doing all that shit, the quick shit up. Yeah, but he's also 57. He's gonna have 30 seconds of that before he gasses out. So 25-year-old Mike Tyson, nobody on this planet that ever existed can beat him in a fair boxing match. Nobody.
Think you can beat nobody?
No, hell no. Now, that being said, if Jake Paul fights a prime fighter at 25, the top boxer, he's not winning. But make no mistake, Jake Paul can fight. He's a legit fighter. Anybody who's not a top boxer of his age, he can actually beat them.
I agree. I think he's a really good boxer. I obviously like he's fighting people that have like a ton of clout around their name because he's trying to make money. Like he's smart. He's a businessman, but
he knows what he's doing.
He's a good fighter too. Like
when he fought Fury, a lot of people say, "Well, Fury isn't a top guy." Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. If Fury fights any other social media boxer, that person would be in the hospital within seconds. Like, I don't think people understand it. Like when I hear people say like Bradley, hey, I'm 260, I could beat this guy. Bro, you're gonna be knocked out before you know what the fuck's going on. I don't care how big you are, it's irrelevant. Fighting is different. It's a different sport.
People don't get that, man. Like, bro, you're a big jack dude. That don't mean you're gonna kick.
That don't mean shit.
You don't understand a thing about fighting because I learned a little bit about it while I was in the military. Like
exactly,
size don't mean too much. Unless you're wrestling.
It don't mean. If you know one thing about the Furies, there will be no fixed matches. There will be no payoffs. They're so prideful, bro. If you mentioned it, they will smack the shit out of you. The Furies are so. I'm sure Xavier probably knows about.
They're British, right?
Yeah, they're British. Yeah. They're so prideful. So that match had 0 fixings in it. That's why Fury won, right? Obviously, Jake knocked Fury down, and Fury was shocked. If you can knock down Fury, bro, you're legit. Period. If imagine one of us knocks down a fucking. Boy, this is unheard of, So Jake Paul can fight. That being said, I don't believe 57-year-old Mike Tyson can knock Fury down. I don't think he could even hurt Fury. So I personally think Jake is gonna win. Probably unpopular, opinion, but anybody who boxes or follow boxes hard enough knows that you're not beating a guy 30 years younger than you. It's not gonna happen. I'm sorry. So
I want to see the odds on the draw, man. Like, because I don't think Tyson, if it is set up, will he want to just be like, yeah, I'm fine with losing that. I don't mind. Like, is he going to say that, or is he like, because it looks
for that amount of money? I mean, he already did it when he was in his late 30s. They asked him, "Why are you fighting? You keep losing," and he's like, "I'm just doing it for the money." So if he did that, why wouldn't he do it now?
True.
20 years later.
How much is he getting paid?
I don't know.
Dude, those fights with like Jake Paul, they're normally like ginormous payouts. Winner in.
And I think because it's Tyson too, man. Like the Tyson name brings so much more. Like, if Jake Paul already gets a lot, fighting probably the greatest of all time, it's like,
you know what this is? This is nostalgia. This is like Dave Palumbo saying that Kevin Levrone was gonna win the Olympia. Because we hold on to this.
But he's not up against Tyson Fury as well.
Who
Yeah.
you talking about? Oh
Well,
yeah,
you're
because
Yeah.
So this would be like, well, 57. Even
Cal
I
Pro?
don't even think Ronnie is 57. Like, but this is like putting Ronnie against like who's like a big social media bodybuilder, but who's actually good, actually a pro. I don't know, Horse MD.
I don't want to say big social. Then you called him a social media bodybuilder. I was going to say, I'm like Regan. I'm like, no, he just has a big social media channel.
Yeah.
He's actually good. He's top 10
He's
in the
actually
world.
good, yeah. Yeah, but nobody's gonna say that Ronnie or Lee Haney is gonna beat Horse MD, even if Horse MD got last place. It just doesn't. That's not how life works. It sounds good if we see Lee Haney like working out. Oh wow, he's back in the gym. It looks nice. It's fun to watch, but there's no chance that could actually happen. So same thing with boxing. Just because Mike is moving quick and doing the shuffling his feet, it doesn't mean he's gonna beat a 26-year-old. That's just not real life. I'm sorry.
But is Tyson Albert Beckles? That dude like won pro shows after 57, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. I mean, I think he's close to Albert Beckles, but Albert Beckles, still wasn't. With all due respect, he wasn't.
Hey, fellas, I actually got to step out here. I gotta get to the gym here. And,
do your thing. Do your thing.
The gym I normally go to, they're shutting down a part of their gym today, so I have to go to their other one because it's where all the back stuff's at. So I gotta bounce.
Do your thing, Elias.
All right, man.
Thanks for coming
Bye,
on.
fellas.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you, man.
Sorry, man.
You too, man. See y'all later.
Yeah, but my whole thing of the nostalgia is what sells us. Because when I first heard it too, I'm like, wow, this is gonna be fun. Then I was like, wait, what am I talking about? This is not gonna be fun. This is not gonna be fun at all. We're watching a guy fight an old man. With all due respect, that's not actually that fun, So
I'm just hoping like the shroom and the weed or something like that will just get Tyson into some sort of, I don't know, some sort of way he'll just be able to perform. He will have like some, I don't know.
I'm sure if you were Tyson's friend and you sat down with him and talked to him, Tyson would be like, yo, bro, I'm doing this for the money, man. There's no chance I'm winning. My shoulder hurts, my ass hurts, my knee hurts. Every time I do one of these quick little every time I do one of these quick little videos, I feel like shit and I have to take like a week off the gym. That's probably what he would tell you.
Do you reckon Tyson's on?
Yeah. He just failed the drug test.
Oh yeah, I saw something about that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, for sure. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Jake Paul was on too. So it doesn't really,
exactly. Yeah.
You can't really even the playing field when you're almost 60. He should be allowed to be on it. As far as I'm concerned, they should let him be on. But
so did he do that test because he was doing the boxing match or what? Like why did he have that test?
I think they forced him because it's an official. You have to be pro, right? Don't they have to test you as a pro? I don't know. I'm not sure.
I don't know. Depends what whatever organization it's under and whatever governing body they have. Like it's confusing.
Because they're gonna have to test Jake because a lot of people say, well, Jake is taking stuff. So you can't test Jake and not test Mike, right? So if you test Jake, you gotta test Mike. But then Mike I'm sure he's on TRT, which he should be on, so it's kind of there's no way you can make it a fair fight when you're 30 years apart. It just, there's no fair fight. So they're trying to make it a fair fight, but it can't be fair. Is the whole thing. But it's still fun.
Just hold it at the enhanced games.
Yeah. And if I'm being honest, even though I said all this, I would love to watch it still. I would love to watch it, just because it's fun. But I think the nostalgia sometimes gets the best of us. All right.
All the time.
Let's do like a couple more.
Yeah.
Yep.
Huh? With everybody's better. How do you mentally, if you had to choose one disability, would you choose blind, deaf, or mute?
Oh, shit.
Can't do the podcast if you mute, Xavier.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say deaf, man. You don't want to be blind. Blind sucks. You can do sign. That's bad. I shouldn't have done that.
Probably mute. Mute is better.
Yeah, but then how would you market yourself, Zayd? I'm not gonna sponsor you if you can't talk.
Through pictures.
No, you'd have to be mute, man. You'd have to be mute because if you're deaf, you can't talk anyway.
Oh yeah, good point. So
you
anyway. Get two for. I mean, if you could talk, it's not gonna sound really, really, really nice, you know.
Yeah, but definitely not blind. Definitely not.
I'm sorry,
blind.
I shouldn't have said that. But it's gonna be hard to. It's gonna be hard to talk properly. But then, and if you're blind, well, then it's all fucked anyways. Because I'm like, okay, if I'm mute, I can't do the podcast. But then I'm like, if I'm blind, somebody has to set the podcast up for me. And if I'm deaf, then I still can't. Man. I can't do anything.
That's a crazy question.
There's no good way out of this. There's no easy way out of this question. You're fucked. Yeah. You're fucked either way.
You okay, bro?
I'm just trying to hold it in so hard that it just explodes.
Bro, to be honest, it's like a trick question because when you break it down,
I'm sweating.
You're fucked. You're fucked either way. But like Xavier said, you might actually be least fucked mute, as bad as it sounds. Because if you're deaf, that's kind of mute and deaf. You kind of get both. And blind, nobody listen. I'm not going through life blind. There's no way I could do that. I can't do that.
How would you ever be turned on? I suppose someone talking to you, but
I sometimes I get turned on by like if I get like a mouthful of nipple, I'll get turned on regardless. If I get some nipples. But then now you don't know what's going on. Especially in this day and age, you don't know what it is. You don't know what nipple you on. You know that's
this is putting just a fake nipple in your mouth or something. Or
and now you getting going, and the girl is just like with a fake nipple there. You know, it could be a guy. It could be a guy with boobs for you know. You don't know what's going on. Yeah. Like that's
gyno, the bodybuilder
gyno. I was just gonna say. Oh my god!
And you're loving it.
You're like, oh, this is great. I need some more. Oh no, I can't. I can't be blind, man. Yeah, I'm sorry.
And she could be banging him, and you wouldn't even be able to see it. You could hear it.
But you know what? Xavier's right. If you're mute, just have sign language. Have some swag to your sign language, and you'll be okay. You know, just be really good at sign language.
Swag to your sign language.
Yeah, just have some swag to it. You laid back, you know. Hey, listen. At least you can hear everything. You can see her. You good. I think I could pick up a girl with sign language. Honestly, I think I could do it.
Even if she doesn't sign.
Body language, yeah. Even if she doesn't sign body language, I'm not gonna use real sign language. I'm gonna mix a little bit of real sign language with like some body English, and she's gonna be like, oh, now we talking. Now we talking. You know?
You working with that?
Yeah. She's gonna be like, damn, it's like that. I'm like, yeah. Well, I'm not actually gonna say that, but I'm gonna make the expression.
If she's mute, she can hear you. So you can talk to her, right?
No, but you're mute. You can't talk to her.
No, I was saying you were saying you're okay with dating a girl that does sign language.
No. I'm saying I'm gonna be mute. I'm gonna be doing the sign language, but she probably won't understand sign language. Yeah, but then I'm gonna mix it up with some swag, and then she'll get my drift. You know.
How are you gonna like indicate to take her home? Is it just like?
That's a good one.
This is bad.
She'll probably know.
Yeah, she'll know. Once you see the look on my face, like after dinner, I'm gonna push the plate to the side and go like this. She's gonna be like, "Oh, okay." She knows what it is.
She goes, "That," and then you're just like,
"Yeah, I'm gonna take out the Cialis. I'm gonna just take a pill. I'm gonna open it in front of her and take a Cialis pill, and she'll be like, "Oh shit."
You still be able to send a message.
Send a message, exactly. she knows the time it is. Time to send a message. All right. Yeah. I don't know if that was a good
one. You can't tell if she's liking it. You're doing a doggy, and you just can't tell. You know noise.
That's wild. Yeah.
You can still make noises even if you're mute.
Yeah, I would rather not.
Dude. That's a little too much.
Dude, this is going too far. We got to pivot out of this one. This is going too far. I gotta take my glasses off. Oh man.
Oh man.
Oh,
we are all going to hell.
Oh, matter of fact, you know what? The message. I'm gonna pop this Cialis and I'm gonna take my glasses off like this. And she'll be like, "Oh, okay." My eyes look like I'm crying now. Damn.
Man, I am crying. It's sweating now too. I don't know why my body temperature went up so much. Oh,
we gotta pivot. We gotta pivot from that one.
Next question.
Saying, not a question, but LSD action movies, huh? You guys do LSD? You ever did LSD?
No,
me neither.
No.
This is one of those drugs if you overdose, you might literally get schizophrenia,
Crazy.
dude.
Yeah, you can. You can. I got to be honest. Like,
that's not a joke.
But you know, when people do things, I guess including bodybuilders, you kind of justify it and make it sound like it's not that bad. Like, oh, I'm just doing 1,000 trend, no big deal, right? People do that with recreational drugs. Oh, LSD, it's not what you think it is. Here, take some. I'm like, no, I don't think I will actually. I don't think I'm good. You know, they make it sound like, oh, this is nothing. It's just like it's like CBD. I'm like, nah. Something tells me it's not like that. You know, so
some people are resistant too, man. It's like edibles and like LSD, and I always wonder, like if someone laces it with something and you're resistant to it, you're like, I'll have 5. I don't know. I feel like it starts to get a bit sketchy there.
I know people. I have friends and clients who like microdose LSD and all this stuff, and I think I'm gonna just stay away from it. I gotta be honest with you. You know, I think I'm gonna just stay away from it. I don't think it's like you're gonna do it and you're gonna just go crazy. I think it's possible, but I don't even want to risk it. I gotta be honest with you. I don't even want to risk it. You know, shit. I had a bad trip from an edible, and I still feel like I'm a little bit off. You know, so I don't want to. I don't want to risk it or anything else. You know, let's not do that. Especially in LA, drug culture is so big here that I feel like coke is like a cigarette in LA. You know how people just smoke cigarettes? People do coke, like, oh, it's just coke. But I know sober people who like, you know, I've been sober 15 years. And I'm like, are you doing coke? Oh, yeah. No, I just do a little coke and some weed. And I'm like, that's sober? Oh, yeah, I do a little vodka, a little weed, a little coke, but I'm sober. I'm like, okay, sure.
I'm off the heroin, so.
Yeah, I'm not doing meth, but just a little coke. I'm like, okay. You know, so you got to be careful with the drugs out here.
That's why I honestly promised myself, dude, I would never take it further than weed. Weed is the only thing, and it doesn't have to go anywhere else. I don't even drink alcohol, honestly.
Yeah, not even for like a birthday party.
No.
When you won
dude, the only alcohol I've drank is because of the shows I've done, which is crazy.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Because the alcohol I drank is for bodybuilding purposes.
Vodka, yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's what I told myself last year too. I'll take a couple shots. I'm like, yeah, I'm just doing it for stage. Take a couple more. You know?
Tastes like shit, dude.
Yeah, it don't taste good. I like how I feel though.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess so.
Music therapy. What is every show? What is hamstring curls? Pose down. What is everybody's best pose on the podcast? Oh, well, we only got 2 people left. Let's do it for them. You want to do it for them?
Yeah.
Let's pick for them. Okay.
Dude, definitely front
Sorry,
lat spread. He looks good on it.
Abs and thighs pretty tasty too.
Yeah, abs and thighs is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Have you seen Stu abs and thighs, Dave?
Yeah, it's great. They're
both wild.
You don't sound too impressed with the abs and thighs, Dave.
Because I have a better one. That's why.
Oh yeah, no. Zay does have a crazy appetite. I didn't think about it. I think that's why that arm debate. I think that's why me and Stu was like we don't see it. I think when you have a big body part, you're not impressed by it, right?
Yeah, I feel you.
If Zay sees big legs, he's like, that's cool. So when I see big arms, I'm kind of like, well, that's okay, I guess. I don't know. Why does his waist look so small in abs and thighs? It looks smaller than when he's hitting the front double.
It looks really good because I feel like he puts his legs in front and I don't know, shifts his hips back or something. I don't know.
Do you not think he could hit a
really good in this shot?
Do you think he couldn't hit a front double with his waist like that without it like completely fading away up around his shoulders? Because like,
because he's flexing
imagine if
it.
he held his, imagine if he hit a front double like that. I don't know.
Like crunch down. He just has to have the range of motion to turn his wrist, because if he crunches down like this, it would look bad. He would have to be able to. I don't know. I guess I don't know his range of motion. If he could, then I think it would look good. Yeah. I think it would look good.
As long as he could open up enough.
Yeah. Or maybe like halfway. Like Nick flexes, but he doesn't overdo it anymore. He kind of flexes just enough, you know.
But look at that shot right there for Stu. Imagine the ab and thigh, just not the arms over his head, but right next to his head, right there.
Yeah.
So with the legs like this and with the stomach like that, it would look great.
I think so. I would have to agree. But you said front lat. Yeah, his front lat spread looks actually really good too. I don't see one though. So I think I picked the abs and thighs though. This is off season though. Still looks good.
How much different does he look in his new update that he posted yesterday?
He looks pretty shredded, man. I gotta be honest.
Yeah.
But Stu gets shredded like if we're being real, like okay, let's say Justin Rodriguez, he doesn't even look like this a week out, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's true.
So Stu says it, but like he's joking, but he's serious. He's like, yo, I'm leaner than Rubiel was on stage. And it's like, technically he kind of is. Like he's right there, you know? So
I love the line through his traps. Like that just makes him look even more conditioned as well.
That's crazy, yeah. Yeah. You guys met Stu in person before, right?
No, man.
I have none.
No?
Actually, I've seen him backstage, but I haven't met him.
Yo, Stu is big, bro. Stu is big.
I've seen him. Yeah, of course, yeah.
And I think he says he's 5'8" or 5'9". What does he say he is? 5'8"?
He's 5'8.5".
Yeah, he looks.
That's the thing. He looks short as hell by himself.
Yeah, but in person, I would argue that he might be taller than that. Bro, he's big, bro. He's a big guy. It might be his head though. Maybe his head just is big. But he looks like a almost, I don't want to say my height, but like he looks like he's about 5'10" in person. He's big, man. Just trust me on that one. Okay. So whereas in the pictures, he looks short, actually.
Yeah. Because of the size of the head.
All right. Who else we got?
For Joe, side chest, for sure.
Oh boy.
His side chest is so fucking thick.
Why is he not coming up?
No, because it's IFBB Pro. Joe.
Yeah. One of those guys, huh?
I hate it when
motherfucker, when you earn it, you're gonna do it too.
Hell no, I'm not doing that shit. You mean like on my? No, I'm gonna put it here in my bio, but not on my name. That's not my name. My name is Beatty.
Yeah. Well, it become IFBB Pro Beatty.
No. It's still Beatty.
That's a good side chest right there. Oh, that's yeah.
And this is like not in shape yet. I want to see him in shape though.
Yeah, Joe's looking good, man.
He's gonna win, I predict, honestly.
Which show?
Cali.
You gonna be Stu?
I'm not. I think if he's shredded enough, muscle contest guys they like him. I think they'll give it to him. Yes.
How tall is Joe?
5'8.5", so same height as Stu.
He looks so much taller.
Joe?
Yeah, for
He's
just some
just
reason.
so wide.
Joe actually might be shorter than Stu. Actually, believe it or not, like by like half an inch or like an inch maybe max. I'm looking for like a side tricep. Oh, well, side chest. Yeah, his chest is huge. So
Yeah, his side chest is nice, man.
I competed against both of them at USA's, and Joe is in better shape. Joe is leaner, believe it or not, on stage. He's more separated. Stu is hard though. He has like a hard granite look, but Joe is peeled. I don't feel like, for whatever reason, I don't feel like any of the videos from USA, he actually looked that peeled though. I mean, he looked.
Yeah.
You can see shredded glutes, but like if you saw Zayd and Joe in person at USA's, they were peeled, bro. Like,
you'd appreciate it more, yeah.
Yeah, it was next level. I think Zayd's come across a little more. I think looking at Zayd's, you could be like, okay. Oh, but also Joe didn't have the 4K shit. He didn't get the 4K video, right? He didn't. So yeah, so it didn't. But in the 4K video, you can see how shredded Zayd would, but it doesn't compare in person. So yeah, Joe gets more shredded than Stu. Stu is bigger. He's bigger structurally, but does he have more muscle on his body? I want to say yes, but Joe also put on a lot of muscle. Yeah, they're gonna be comparable. I think they're gonna be very comparable.
I see him. These two are gonna be in the run for the first call out for sure.
It's just because it's Joe's first time. I want to know what the pro
shit.
Yeah,
I want to know. I want to know what the pro judges think of him at the pro level, because you know he's also.
If I can give advice to Joe, honestly, because I really love him, I wanted him to be the best. He should get some work done with the newbie on his quads to enhance his sweeps. If he gets his sweeps up, he will be undefeated, I'm sure. His sweep from the front hurts him the most.
Well, I mean, yeah, he is. He's never lost a show. He so far he's been undefeated.
I know.
Yo,
I know.
That's hard. That's hard to do, man. That's okay. I feel like
he lost that one for sure.
Yeah, he lost it. But like you can see the condition in his chest and obliques and shit like that here, but still not. And Josh, put it like this: Josh was peeled, but compared to Zayd and Joe, Josh actually doesn't look that peeled. But Josh was fucking. Everybody knows Josh gets peeled. It's fucked, right? So that should tell you how peeled these two guys were. You know.
Yeah.
Zayd took the front shots. And then Joe took the back shots, and I want to say side chest as well. I don't know about side tricep though. I don't know about side tricep, but back shots and side chest for sure. So Zayd was close. Zayd was close, and it's funny because
super close.
Think about this: Josh is the heavyweight, Zayd is a light heavyweight, but Zayd looks just as big as both of them. It's, you know,
yeah.
All right.
Joe was 230 at that show, so he was literally 10 pounds more tissue.
Yeah. All right. Since we're on Zayd already, Zayd's best pose, is it the abs and thighs?
Yeah. That's a sick shot, man. Like you can see the conditioning coming through on the quads, like round, like yeah.
Honestly, I mean, if I had to say which one is my favorite, it's probably back double biceps.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, this is a routine. I would say abs and thighs. I would have to say abs and thighs.
Did you hit it back double in this one?
Yeah.
Let's see. Come on, Zay. Get to it, Zay.
That's the illegal side tricep. Yeah.
All right, let's see. Okay. That's pretty good.
I like it, but the ab and thigh I think is better. The ab and thigh is like dominant.
I think so too. All right, so abs and
Do you
thighs.
guys think I should put my feet closer in the back shots? Because I get that a ton. Yeah. No worries. I'll send it to you later.
You got
most people say that.
You got big legs, bro. It don't. I feel like somebody's always gonna have something to say. Oh, there goes Nick right there.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like everybody's always gonna have some kind of tip, like you should try this, but
Can you pull up the prejudging look though? I was 15 pounds lighter. Go to my videos and
15 pounds.
Holy shit.
Holy crap.
No, it's down there. So just go up there in the video section. It should pop faster.
Is it a real?
Yeah, yeah. Keep going
I think all
down.
videos on IG are reels now.
Which one?
A little more. Just a little more.
Which one? This one?
Yeah, I think that with the abs and thighs right there. I think that's the one
This
for
the
it.
prejudging?
Yeah, that looks
Look.
more crisp.
You were definitely lighter, yeah, because I could see it. You were lighter, but you were crispy, yeah. I see
That's
it now.
206. The other one was 220.
Oh, you glue some more in.
Yeah, you're definitely harder here for sure.
You can see it in your face.
Look at. I feel like this is really good one for me.
I think they're both good looks though. This is more shredded. This is the best prejudging look. This is a good prejudging look. But the night show, you knew you were gonna go against super heavy, so you wanted to feel. Yeah, that's smart. Yeah,
It shows you
I think
that
with
this is the comparison.
I think with the legs just like slightly closer. I don't think it needs to be a dramatic amount,
Yeah. All right.
I think it looks.
But the midsection, I feel the difference.
Yeah.
Well,
like the look at finals was more of a, when you eat a lot the night after a comp, but water pills are still working. It's like that was the look you had the next day, where in a gym you probably looked way better, like in a tank top, but then just the midsection just gets a little bit washed compared to the prejudging.
Here's Ken.
Your Ken is round, bro. Ken is round as fuck.
Man, I love the look of his physique.
Yeah,
it's really unique too. It's got a little bit about like Patrick Moore about it in some ways, in terms of like the shoulder structure. It does, and stuff.
And Michael like it a little bit.
Yeah, like a hybrid between them two.
Yeah, different.
Really nice insertions and everything, and muscle bellies.
Mm-hmm.
I like this shot right there.
Me too. Yeah. But that might be his best shot, but it's not an official shot. Well, he got the Ronnie shaped glutes, the one that it has the crazy teardrop down all the way into the hamstring.
He's got those locket legs from the back too.
He does. That's how like his glutes used to look. Remember?
Yeah.
His back is like completely like it at that point.
Ken's got some pretty nice posing. The only thing on the back double and the front double, I wish he had his elbows like a little bit higher while still keeping the shoulders down.
Yeah. Damn.
That's the only thing I'd say about his posing. But yeah, he looks good.
That
was his best shot. Shit, I don't know.
That was impressive. I gotta be honest. That was an impressive showing. I kind of forgot.
Yeah, you forget when people haven't competed in a little bit. You just go, oh yeah, and then you see photos and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, they're good.
It's super easy. Yeah, super easy to forget. If I had to pick one, he's pretty even. I don't know.
Yeah,
side chest looks good too.
Honestly, my favorite was that side tricep. I mean, front tricep actually.
Yeah,
but they're not allowed to hit that for the pose no more. So I don't know.
Yeah, not really, right?
Yeah,
no, not for comparisons at least.
I don't know. What you guys think?
Personally, I like the front tricep pose and the back lat spread.
Yeah, I like that front tricep pose.
Me too. I'm gonna go front tricep.
Quite like that as well. That looks pretty sick.
Yeah,
nice balance, most muscular too. Like, yeah, the thing is, like, Ken is even, like, not even. He's balanced, between each shot. He doesn't have too many shots that really stick out like crazy, but it's all like, yeah, that's a nice shot. His physique looks really good in that pose,
It does. Paul hasn't been on a podcast in months.
Yeah. His side chest is great.
You don't have any poses. I mean, I know Paul, so but I would say side chest. Okay.
We need all the poses.
Yeah, we gotta see the poses. I think he's gonna run through this one. Hey, is that Compton in the back? I think that's Compton. He's not even looking. Okay, he's looking now.
Yeah, that's a great shot.
Yeah, I like the side leg. Yeah, side chest. I'm gonna have to say side chest.
Yeah, I reckon side chest. Out of all the ones we've seen, side tricep.
Yeah, side tricep good too. Yeah, his side poses in general.
Everyone hits that front tricep now.
Huh?
I think Zaid said BOYZ is really good, but I just said everyone hits the front tricep.
Yeah, I don't hit the front tricep actually.
Even when I competed, I hit the front tricep.
Zaid hits it too. Yeah, I think side chest. Who's left? Who's left on the podcast? Who else we
got? You.
We did everybody but me.
Yeah, and Xavier.
I'm good, man. I don't even have that many bodybuilding shots on my actual profile. I think I've got a couple from when I did classic, but that's about it. Or
you
one,
can
maybe.
do Carlos. Carlos is good.
Oh yeah, because we got the extended family. We got Jordan Hutchinson. We got Robin. We got Nick. Nick is probably on the most out of everybody else.
Yeah. You know who I really think he looks really good? That guy, Eric Wood.
Yeah. I've been trying to get him on the podcast for a while, but he works a full-time job, I believe, and it's hard to get a hold of him. I have his number, but even it's still hard to get a hold of him. He's getting ready for a show, actually.
Yeah, what's he getting ready for? Do you know?
I don't know, but he's hard to get. I don't like this look, but fuck it. That's the closest one we got. The most recent one.
When was this one? Most recent.
This looks great, dude.
It was last year.
This looks really good.
That tape is so crazy.
The issue was that I didn't have no pop here, but that's fine.
So far, front double's winning for me.
Side leg looks good.
I couldn't feel my legs. I was literally I could barely flex my legs.
Really? Why is that?
Because I didn't have nothing in me. I didn't carb up at all.
That's nice. That hands together most muscular is nice. Front double or the hands together most muscular out of those shots?
Look at Martin. Martin said you needed. Martin was telling me to eat for like a week, but I was traumatized from never being in shape. I was like, fuck it, I'm not eating. But yeah, Martin's telling me you got to fill out.
Sometimes it's a balance thing, man. Like sometimes you carb up too much and you spill, and then you go too far the other way, and then you realize somewhere in the middle is best.
Do you train your abs,
coach? I have in the past, but this prep, not really.
Okay, that's something to improve on.
For sure,
including me, because if you don't train them, the control is not going to be as perfect as you think it should be. If you train them, the control is way better. I'm like you, bro. When I was a teenager, I was obsessed with abs. I used to do 1,000 crunches a day.
Yeah.
I just wanted abs. I'm not even joking. 1,000. It became a body fat issue. So if you're fat, you don't see them, and you're shredded, you see them. But I'm just saying, if you continue to train them on stage, it helps you hold those front poses a lot.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
For sure, yeah. And it shows, because if you see some of my younger shows, my abs were like, it was crazy. It was like blocks, like cinder blocks. But I didn't like it at the time because I wanted to pull a vacuum and stuff, and I didn't think it looked good. But now, being bigger, it comes in handy.
You have to train them. It's actually the most important body part if you really think about it.
Yeah, at the middle of your body.
It's at the core of your physique, like when you see guys that have, we've talked about it with James Hollingshead, the fact that he's don't have that pop, but then you look like Brett Wilkin. Brett Wilkin has like these abs that go like boop, boop, boop in his off season. Like they're just crazy looking.
Do we even have to look, or I feel like Nick?
No. Yeah, most muscular is his best shot, of course.
Oh, yeah, I know Nick's body.
Yeah. I want to say most muscular
and side chest.
Side chest is wild.
And then back double as well. But if you have to pick one, I personally like the most muscular. I think I like
it's just freaky. Yeah.
But the most muscular doesn't count as much as the back double does. Like at the Olympia level, like I feel like you could have a not so good most muscular, but if you have a really good back double, it counts for more. You know, like I mean,
I have a feeling if Nick wins the Olympia, he's gonna reign for a few years.
Think so?
If he wins, if they see him as a Mr. Olympia, and it finally happens for him, he's not gonna be a one-time champion. He's either not gonna be a champion at all for the O, or I think he's gonna be a multiple-time champion, which is highly likely, which I'm betting for. You know,
I can see that.
So I think he's gonna win and repeat. I think.
I just don't know if Derek brought his best this year. It's still, even though Nick brings that freak factor, it will still be hard because Derek, he improved from that second place and then he moved to first. He made improvements. If he makes half of those improvements again, I think it'll be hard. I think it'll have to be a situation where Derek just slightly misses a peak, Hardy's not at his best, and then Nick wins. But like you look at Dexter, man, like Dexter, I think Nick is probably closer than Dexter was at winning the Olympia. And Dexter just hit it when a few guys just missed it a little bit. And if you're always there and you're always in that top three and Nick just hangs around that his whole career, he's going to get one of them, I reckon, you know, at least. And like Zaid said, he could go on a run of a couple, you know, and win.
I think so.
2, 3.
He's the perfect guy between Hottie and Derek. He's got Hottie's hardness front to back, and he has the size, and the shape is very acceptable, especially with the way he conducts himself as a professional. His gut is always in check. I think, man, he could be the guy.
I gotta be honest, man. I don't think Derek has a strong hold on this Olympia. I will go as far as to say I don't know if there's been a more, I don't want to say controversial, but more of people not agreeing with the decision since what, 2010 maybe, or maybe even before that, because
you had there's a couple of them, like you had
there's the Brandon Hardy one that went on for a while
when Hardy was good.
I didn't, but then can you say
I'm sorry, not Brandon Handy, Brandon and Bona. I'm sorry, that's what I meant.
That year though,
1 year. Yeah,
that year when Hardy was third, I would have had Hardy battling for the win that time because I think Bonac was a little bit downsized to the year prior, maybe.
I would have had Hardy winning. I would have had Hardy winning that year personally.
Yeah,
but I'm talking about like from the peers and the fans, like literally everybody at the show who was a bodybuilder or coach, or everybody said Hardy should have won against Derek. I personally thought Derek had it. Me personally. By a little bit, like barely, but so many people thought. So I don't think whatever Derek's strengths have, he's matching it in weaknesses as well, because his strength is his back, and then he turns around to the front, and then he's losing handedly, bro, to Hottie from the front, right? Not like barely.
Not
he's
the
losing
front
handedly.
double, not
I was gonna
the
say
front lat spread, and abs and thighs. If he pulls a vacuum, which the fucking judge said it's an official pose, he doesn't lose that to Hardy. So there you go, 3 poses he wins over Hardy from the front. I'll give you the most muscular. I'll give you the most muscular, and I'll probably give you. That's it.
I'm sorry. I don't agree at all. I don't.
That's why he won, because he won all of those shots. He literally said he won those shots. Yeah. So actually, he won the front. The abs and thighs. He won that. Mm-hmm. He didn't lose that to Hardy.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're going by what Tyler said from Tyler's opinion, then yeah, that's exactly why Derek won. Just me watching and a lot of people watching, I didn't think I still had Derek winning, but I don't think abs and thighs is even remotely close. I think Hottie wins the abs and thighs by a mile, most muscular by a mile, I think last spread, I still have Hottie win the last spread. I think front double is close, but I think Derek wins that. Like, look at Hottie from the front is insane, man. Like, I got to be honest. Like, Derek pulls a vacuum, but a vacuum doesn't make me that you're gonna win every pose. And now Hottie pulls a vacuum now as well. So he's gonna give you the vacuum, and he's gonna give you the best abs in the game. You know. So I don't know, but that's just personal opinion. You know, that's just personal opinion. You know, from the back, you know, it's not close. The back double is not close. I don't think anybody's close to Derek in the back double.
I'm predicting Nick first, Hottie third, and Derek second this year for the Mr. Olympia.
I mean, I can see it because Nick's that balance. Like you said, he's the balance between the two. And people were saying at the Olympia, Derek never misses from the back, and Hottie has the conditioning from the front. So if Nick has it from the front and the back, it's like, yeah, he might not win every pose. Like he's probably not going to win the back double, even though his back double is very comparable, and I think he'll be second in it. But if he keeps placing second in a lot of those poses, the judges might go, shit, I don't know. Like Derek just doesn't have that conditioning through the chest and the shoulders and the arms, and you know, Hottie doesn't have it quite as crisp from the back and whatever. And then Nick sort of falls in there. But I will say, if Hottie looks like he did at the Arnold Classic, the first Arnold Classic, not the UK, the Ohio, I think that would be hard for Nick to beat. But that is Hottie's, I think, best of all time as well. So we're comparing it to his best ever.
What about Derek though? I mean, if Hottie brings this look, Derek does not beat that though.
What happens if Derek's better though? If Derek's better, he could.
But what does better mean? Like more shredded? Like what does that mean?
Yeah, just a bit more crisp, a bit more development. Like what was better between his second at the Olympia to the first? Like he just got a little bit better.
Derek can't be more shredded than that. Derek has no body fat. There's no body fat to lose.
He can get more shredded. Look at his leg from the side though. Like second in the Olympia when he did like his side chest and everything, and then you look at it the year after. His side leg was like, just have this harder look to it. It's just more years in the gym.
But that's
he did
not
jump
body
up.
fat.
I agree. He leveled up, right, with his side leg a little
bit.
Yeah.
But that's not what I said. I didn't say Derek didn't get better. I said Derek has no body fat on his body. He has no body fat to lose. Where on his body can he lose body fat? He don't have fat on his chest.
Just say he has no fat on his chest, but still, like those body parts, I feel like even though he still copped it for his chest, look at his chest 2 years ago, man, compared to what it's like now. It's like he had nothing before.
This is not the debate. The debate isn't how far he's came. The debate is, you said if he's better, he can beat Hottie. Where can he be better at? Like, where can he lose body fat? Is what I'm saying. So he can be bigger, but Hottie's still bigger, even if he's bigger. My point is that there's nothing he can do to have Hottie's chest and abs. One year in the gym isn't gonna.
Hottie is not bigger than Derek, but by that much, bro. Not that very much.
I didn't say that much,
back in the day, maybe, but not anymore. We got to give that guy his respect. He's not as big. Derek is not smaller than Hottie by any means. Even Tyler Manning said that, especially in the arms. He said that Derek's arms are bigger. So the guy is getting a lot of like heat for nothing. He's fucking big. He won the Mr. Olympia. You cannot win the Mr. Olympia if you're not big, and he's bigger than Hottie for sure in the quads and for sure in the arms.
Derek is not bigger than Hottie. I'm sorry, brother.
He is from the back. He is for sure.
Having a better back doesn't mean you're bigger than somebody. I mean, that's not how that works. Nobody's gonna argue that Hottie has more overall muscularity and density than Derek. I don't think that's
of course
really
he does. Of course he does. Overall, but certain body parts, not like everything is smaller. You know,
no,
he is just as big as him for sure.
I don't agree with him being a bit bigger. I don't think that they're the big difference, but Hottie is definitely more muscular. You know what I'm saying? Listen, this is my whole point. My whole point is better. What can he do to beat this version of Hottie? Like I said, a year of training isn't going to make your chest and abs all of a sudden become grainy as Hottie, right? So the only thing he can do is be bigger. he can't be leaner, bro. You can't. If he tries to be leaner, he will look worse. He will look softer because he has no body fat to lose.
But what we're saying is the last 2 years, he's progressively got more hard, like in terms of just that hardening of a muscle.
Yes,
like
he did
on the side leg. So it's like, yeah, he can't get leaner, but not. I don't think it's the only thing he can do is get bigger, because sometimes just trying to put on size for the sake of size can sort of blur things a little bit. So I think it's part of it is sort of what Hottie talks about, is like refining the look a little bit more. So yeah, maybe in some body parts he can add a little bit of muscle, which will balance things even more, which will make it look better. And then just harden the physique with another year of marinating, resting, and then coming back. I think that he can bring, because yeah, like you said, he's never going to have that Hottie conditioning on the chest. He's just never going to have that. But if he's closer to matching it, if that most muscular is, 5% closer, 10% closer or whatever, and then he's maybe even more dominant on his strong shots, then I think it makes it harder for Hottie. But Hottie is way better now. So Hottie was way better about Arnold, but how does he back up the Arnold? Is it a little bit too much for him having, he's still got another 6.5 months or something. So he's still got time, but I just wonder.
The question is, how can Hottie get better? How can Hottie get better? You tell me.
He from the Arnold look.
Yeah,
he's not going to be better because he doesn't need to be better. This look already beats Derek look.
So you think he can just replicate and be Mr. Olympia?
Of course, with the Arnold Classic look. Of course, this Arnold Classic look. Who beats this Arnold Classic look besides Phil, Ronnie, and Jay?
Nick.
No.
Nick can hate. No, Nick. And at his best right now, after he recovered, I see him winning over him. I really think so. And you can't tell me he's not bigger than him.
Yeah, of course. Nick had the potential to beat him, but this look right now, Nick hasn't bought this look yet, so we can't go by what ifs. This look in particular,
he kind of did at a week out from those pictures he posted, the last ones before he got hurt.
Bro,
these were nasty, bro. These were
you can't compare a week out picture. As of this moment, Nick will tell you himself that he has never bought a package that can beat this Hottie. Nick is not delusional. He knows what he's talking about. He actually said that himself.
Yeah, I was going to say he said that on that the Mutant of the Mouth podcast the other day. Yeah. He said I don't say this much, but man, I wouldn't have beaten that Hottie. Like if he competed at that show, he said he wouldn't have. But also he had the hamstring injury. It's still early on in the year, So I think he still thinks he can beat him at the Olympia. So
of course,
but he's saying this version of Hottie, because it was Hottie's best. Like bodybuilders don't just go in a linear line and get better every single show. So, but like you said, Beatty, like he doesn't necessarily need to be any better than that Arnold Classic to win the Olympia. But I think if Derek came in the same level of improvements from a year prior, I think Derek will make win it.
But holding these new gains another year is going to help him a lot. You know what I'm saying? So the next year he's holding it, it's going to look denser, harder, better looking. And maybe this time he's not going to fill up to the max, and some striations would show, because Derek has something going on in there, but not so deep like Hottie, So if he was able to show these striations better at his chest, maybe he doesn't come in lasting full, maybe that could help him, but I don't know his body, to be honest. But I'm just saying he improved too,
Of course he improved, bro. Everybody's improving. Fucking Regan improved, but it's my whole thing is this: there's only so much ifs you can use. We can't just say Derek's been competing for 6 years. He's never had that shredded, grainy look in his chest. Just because he's getting better, he's never had that anywhere close to Hottie. So that's like us saying, well, what if Samson comes in like Hottie? Of course, Samson, but that's not going to happen. That's too big of an if. We can say, well, Nick is close enough that Nick can actually win. But we can't also say because a year has passed, now Derek is going to have a monster chest. Like, it's not going to happen. Like, 1%, 2% is great, but it's still not enough. You know what I'm saying? So you have to weigh out the ifs. If the if is something that hasn't happened in the last 6 years, all of a sudden 2024 is going to be the year where all the ifs come true. Like, if we're being realistic, we all love.
But Derek. Does he need it though? But does Derek need like a cutout? I don't know, because Hottie at the Olympia, like, just say Hottie didn't do the Arnold, we'd be going in saying Derek is a favorite to win the Olympia. I have no doubt about that, because we're saying Derek has more room for improvement. He's younger, Hottie's older, less room for improvement. So had Derek done the Arnold, would Derek have been better again? And I know that's talking in ifs.
I'm sure,
but
I'm sure you remember.
I just don't think that Derek needs to have that level of conditioning through chest. Does it need to be better if Hottie is the same version that he was at the Arnold? Yeah, but it doesn't need to be leaps and bounds. Derek just needs to keep making those X amount percentage improvements. But I will say that Hottie Arnold Classic was crazy. Yeah. Like, I think it would have beaten last year Derek. So Derek needs to make improvements. There's no two ways about it. Otherwise, I think if Derek is not better, I think he'll lose it. But then Hottie could still miss his peak because he's competing twice in the same year. But I think Hottie will hold it. I think Hottie's good.
Yeah. It's like, obviously we don't know, but that's why you have to think what's most likely that's going to happen. More than likely, Derek's chest and shoulders are going to look very similar, maybe a little bit bigger, maybe a couple more lines, but it's going to be very similar. And more than likely, Hottie's going to look very similar to the Arnold. So that's more than likely what happens every single year. We say, well, this is going to, and the same shit happens, give or take a couple percentages, right? Like Samson isn't gonna, same way Samson isn't all of a sudden gonna be shredded. I don't care who his new coach is. He's not all of a sudden gonna have Derek Lunsford glutes. He's still gonna be Samson, maybe a couple percentages better. So if we're going by what the trend has always been, Derek is gonna be a little better, like he always is, right? Nick is gonna be a little better.
It's good enough to win the Olympia, you know. So it happens. It can happen again.
It can be, yeah. It can be, you know. Yeah. It can be. So. It's I guess anything is possible, you know. Just it's almost like you have to think what's more than likely going to happen, you know. And
how about we go out there and see it for a fucking change, huh?
Oh, for sure. No, I'm definitely going to be there. You going to be there?
So
yeah.
So who are you guys picking for the Olympia? Because it sounds like we have three different answers. Like Zaid, you have Nick, I have Derek. Do you have Hottie Beatty?
Okay, so anytime people make predictions, there's too many emotions. So the only way to get a real answer is you have to say, who are you putting your money on? We're all going to put $100. So none of this, I like his physique bullshit. Like, when you go put your, because it was like Phil every year, I think Kai is going to be Phil. Tell somebody to put $100. Nobody's putting $100 on Kai. Everybody's going to put it on Phil. So if we're being realistic and we're going to put $100 down, then
I put $100 on Nick.
Okay. How about you, Xavier? We actually
put 100 down. Wait, are we making a pool of this and putting $100 in each?
Yeah. That's the only way to keep it honest. If not, everybody's gonna.
I'm down. Clip this.
Okay.
Clip it.
Yeah, okay.
I'll go with Derek. $100 USD too. I won't screw you and send you Australian.
if I had to put money down, man, I feel like the safest bet.
Bro, it's easy one. Nick went back to Jersey to his roots in the basement.
It's an easy one.
And into the after he's been hurt, he's angry, he's motivated, and Derek is distracted, I feel like, and Hottie has I don't like the symmetry in his legs, so that they can dock him for that. I'm thinking Nick all the way this year.
If I'm putting money, I gotta go by what I've already seen, and the only person I've already seen, and I know for a fact they're quite a bit better, and perhaps one of the best physiques I've ever seen on the stage would be Hottie, because it's already been proven a few weeks ago. Now, you take the money out of it, and I'm going by, a lot of other factors, like you just said about Nick. I might actually go Nick, because I know how driven Nick is. I know how crazy he looks, right? But safest bet is always going to be the one you're for sure. You already seen it. Now we see Nick at New York, then the best might change.
Oh, actually, that's better that you put your money where your mouth is before we see how he looks.
Yeah. I feel like after New York, it might be a bit more people leaning towards Nick a little bit more. I just have a feeling.
So it always happens. You have to make it, dude.
It always happens that way, And it like we're going back and forth, but the truth is, bro, obviously any one of them can win it, right? It's not like
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Here's the truth: they're all going to be improved, right? Everybody's going to be improved. Shit, even probably 10th place is going to be improved. But where they're going to fall is how the judges are feeling. You know, I'm sure you're going to be able to make an argument for either one of them. Like as we're watching, we're probably going to sit there and be like, "Yo, but this guy Nick has balance front to back, but look at Derek's waist," and it's going to be a good one. If I had to put money, man, oh man, I don't know. For whatever reason, I'm going Hottie and Nick, which is fucked up because Derek already won. I don't know why.
He's the current Mr. Olympia. And dude, if Derek, just say Hottie didn't do the Arnold, Derek did the Arnold, I guarantee everyone say Derek's got it. Derek's got it. You know, like Derek's got this Olympia.
It depends how he looked. If Derek comes to the Arnold and he didn't look good, then it would be the opposite. It would be like, oh, how?
Yeah.
But he's going to look. Of course.
I think he would have handily won. You know what I mean? No offense to anyone else competing, but he would have handily won, and the comparison would have been he won by a decent margin. Like obviously that's assuming, but I think he would have won.
Oh wait, you're saying if Derek did it and Hottie didn't do it?
Yeah. So if it was the opposite way around. Yeah. And we'd all be saying Hottie ain't got a chance, he's washed. And then he would have come in and it probably is 50-50 at the Olympia, you know? So
you're right.
It's who you see last, you know, like once Nick does his New York Pro, everyone's going to be saying, and I'm going to be doing videos on my channel, can Nick Walker win the Mr. Olympia? Nick Walker, Mr. Olympia favorite, whatever it is, you know? So it's
right, yeah. I think Xavier's right. It's like now one word has been said about Ramy. If Ramy for some reason comes in and looks crazy, then it's whoa, look at Ramy, you know? It's like
it's
you only have to get
bias, man.
That's all it is, you know. I don't know. I don't know about this bet, man, because now I'm getting cold feet. Now that I'm I was confident about Hottie a second ago, but you put the money up now I'm nervous.
Xavier, you run bets. You know how to do it, right, dude?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, I don't know how to do it with pulling the money together, but yeah, like actually, this is the year that Sean Roden won Mr. Olympia, right? On an Australian website called Sportsbet. It's the biggest betting website in Australia because it's just everyone can bet on their phones in Australia. It's been like that for years and years. And we have, you know, literally maybe a 10-minute walk from me. I can go down to like what they call a sports book in America. We call it like a bookie. And you can go and bet on anything you want. You know what I mean? So back in 2018, when Sean won the Olympia, that year Sportsbet put up markets to bet on the Mr. Olympia like 2 days beforehand. And I was like, oh, this is sick. I was banned from Sportsbet because I don't like it when people win too much money. But they had, I remember it was Phil Heath was like, so if something's paying like $1.30, it means for every dollar you put on, you get back $1.30 if it wins. So Sean Roden, I remember seeing that and he was like $9. So it would have been like $9 or $11 or something. So it would have been like 11 times your money. So you put 100 on, you get back $1,100. So that was like, you could make bank on that. You put $1,000 on Roden, you get back 11,000, you know, but so that's how sort of betting works. So I know it was Phil was like when betting actually, no, I did put money on it. So when it first opened, the betting, Phil was like $1.70. So you're going somewhat close to doubling your money. So I think I dumped like 100 or 200 on Phil because I'm like, you know, that's a good deal. You know, put 200 on, you make $140 profit if you win. So I'm like, the dude's won 7 in a row. You know, he's not going to lose. And then I lost. I'm pretty sure I lost that. But I remember thinking about the odds afterwards. I'm like, I remember seeing Roden there, and Roden might have even been longer odds, but I remember seeing guys at $11 and stuff under Phil, and I was just like, yeah, because the odds changed. Phil went down to like $1.15. Everyone, obviously bet on him that knew about bodybuilding.
Wait, but what if you make that bet and then Phil gets sick and doesn't do the Olympia? Do you still lose your money?
It depends on the sport and the rules they have on the website. So sometimes they will have markets, like if they don't compete at all. But if he gets on stage at prejudging, then you lose. It's like, you know.
Because that's what I was thinking about that. Like, if you would have bet on Nick last year and he didn't do his show, I think you should get your money back. That's not fair.
Yeah. And some betting websites have those rules. So, like, if you're betting on an NBA player to score 15 or more points in a game, right, and they don't suit up at all and don't hit the court, you'll get your money back. So
okay. All right, so I think I'm gonna go with Hottie so we can all have different answers. And I mean, I actually believe Hottie is probably the most consistent. Yeah,
it's not a bad bet, man. Yeah, It's not a bad bet.
Nick is the most consistent.
Huh.
In terms of showing.
They both haven't. They've both never missed. Even when people say they're off, that's not off. Like Nick was not off at the Arnold, and Hottie wasn't off at the. I think they're both just as consistent, right? I think so.
I think Nick. Equal. They're pretty equal. I think in recent years maybe Nick, just because Hottie but it's not really Hardie's fault. Like Hottie at the Arnold UK, I think at the prejudging he wasn't quite as good. He was a little bit maybe flat, but dude just flew him the day before. And then I was thinking back to the Olympia. It's like he flew him the day before that too, that prejudging where he wasn't quite at his best. So I think it's only like Hardie's only slight inconsistency comes from travel, like the day before.
I agree.
So
I think Hottie and Phil are the only two bodybuilders in history that you could make a case for them. No, not Phil, because he did the last Olympia, and he got sick that one Olympia. So let me say, Hottie's the only bodybuilder that you could make a strong discussion that he should have won every show he's ever done, and nobody would argue. Nobody would bat an eye. He should have beat Flex in that show. He went against Flex at his first show. San Marino, Vancouver, and then all 5 Olympias he did. There's a strong argument he should have won all of them.
His conditioning when he turned pro, winning the amateur Olympia, was fucking deadly.
It was even better. It was even better than now. Yeah,
it was like death. He wasn't drinking water for days. I'm sure.
No. What I will say is that at the Olympia stage, they don't want that look. They want you to be fuller, rounder, But like, I think that look is really impressive. I think it's even more impressive, but that they want a balance, right? They don't want you to just be drawn out. They want you to be full and round and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But
do you think sometimes guys try to come in a little bit too full at the Olympia? Like they think it's the Olympia, I need to come in big because I'm not going to mix it up with the top 6 unless I'm big. So sometimes I think that guys that go, nah, I need to come in my best and come in hard, and hard's my thing. Then I think that's when guys like Tonio place 8th in the Olympia. Without that level of conditioning, just say he tried to come in a little bit bigger, a little bit fuller, I think it could have dropped him back a few spots. So it's Patrick Moore, when he came in really, really good condition at the Olympia and got, I think, top 10. He got top 10 because his conditioning was the best in the show.
Whoa, but you know what's funny? Because it seems so simple from the outside. Like we see that, but it's like, I feel like in his own mind, he's like, I got to be obviously more muscle tissue is always going to help you, but that wasn't what he was doing. He was just coming in softer just to appear like he's bigger, and he kept placing lower and lower. And it's like, yo, you didn't place top 10. You beat a lot of big guys. It wasn't because you were big. It was because you were shredded, So even if you're going to add 2 pounds of muscle and be shredded, that's better than trying to come in 10 pounds heavier just to be soft, It doesn't, And then we say everybody was chasing size for Ronnie. Ronnie won in 98. He didn't beat Flex off of size. He beat Flex because he was way more fucking shredded than Flex. It wasn't even close. But size-wise, it was very comparable, especially the arms, shoulders, back. In 98, the size was very comparable. But they're like, wow, I have to get bigger to beat Ronnie. No, you don't. You just have to get fucking glutes in that. You got to get your glutes shredded as Ronnie. And nobody did that. So they kept coming in bigger, trying to chase Ronnie. But even though Ronnie eventually got a lot bigger than them, he still was winning from conditioning because Marcus Roll is bigger than everybody. But he didn't have shredded glutes like Ronnie. So it's like, I think people they're looking at the wrong picture. These guys are winning because they're shredded. Yes, you have to be muscular, but it's really the conditioning why these guys are winning. Hottie and Derek are the smallest guys in the lineup other than Tonio.
It varies. Like Patrick Moore, in his case, he never seemed to push it to get big in his off season. So I know he had people like Jay Cutler and whatnot advising him to, you need to push your weight up like in his off season. So I never think that he actually got heavy enough to put on the size to make the improvements from that Olympia where he came in good. So it's like he didn't push the size right up, but then he didn't come in the condition as well. But had he pushed the size up and then brought it back down and come in gnarly, I think that then we could have seen a Patrick Moore even moving up from there. But he did need the size, no doubt. But it's like he didn't add the size and he didn't bring the same conditioning. So
if you're not gonna add the size, then you might as well just come back to the same exact condition anyways.
Yeah.
At least secure that
100%.
10th place. But I knew it was over once I saw a video and he was talking about off season. He was like, hey, off season, I don't even push past 250 because I can't get that heavy. I just can't. Once I heard him say that, it's over. If you're going to tell me you can't get over 250, 260, then you're never going to. Yes, you can. What do you mean you can't? Of course you can.
There's ways around it. Yeah. There's ways around
it. You just haven't figured out a way. So you gotta learn. And whether that means going to work with Chad or Milos or whatever, you go figure it out. You can't look somebody in the eye and say, no, I can't do it. If you can't do it, then you're never gonna move up, right? You have to do it.
And I know this, being like an ectomorph with a super fast metabolism. When I put on size and, like, you know, it's relative compared to you guys, but just say pushing up to, you know, 220, which is still light for my height, but pushing up to that, it's like I was having to force, like, you know, 800 carbs a day plus, you know, 100 and something grams of fat to actually get that weight moving up properly. It's like a lot of people can do it on 400 carbs or whatever when they're that sort of light. But I sort of know, and I knew I could still, if I still needed to push up higher, I can add in more fats. You know, I can add in more oils and whatever. I don't mean gear. I mean oils in terms of like macadamia nut oil or whatever to my meals, just to add a bit more volume to it. You know what I mean? So you can push for weight up. You can keep pushing, and it's like, look, don't get me wrong, it's not worth it at a certain point in terms of weight just to add fat and add shit. But he never seemed to get super fat. I never seemed to get super fat.
Basically, the question is, are you willing to do it? You can do it. You physically can do it. Is it even worth it? Is the case, right? Now with Patrick, I think it would have been worth it because he's already doing so well. He could make a real career out of this, right? Now, Xavier, I can tell you a way you can get up to 250. I don't think you should do it because I just don't think it makes sense to put your body through that and be that miserable. Yeah. But you can do it. It's just that you weigh it out. Should I do it or should I not? Right? That's kind of the thing. Like if you had to know what Stu had to do to get that heavy, it's ridiculous and it's miserable. Same with Justin Wyatt. Justin Wyatt has been 1,300 carbs at one point. You know, we're talking about nine calories a day, not for 2 days, for an entire year of off season. You know, that's so miserable. You can't even comprehend how miserable that is. But he did it, and he got his pro card. Yeah. He could have said, "There's no way I can be 300," but there is a way. It's just very uncomfortable, and most people probably shouldn't do it because most people aren't going to be pro bodybuilders. You know, so you got to kind of weigh it out. You know, so
it's about how resourceful you can be, man. Like if you really, really want it, you will find a way. Like if your appetite sucks, you will find something to boost your appetite. You'll find another easier way to get food in. You go, well, maybe I'm allergic to something because of why I can't eat properly. And you'll go get tests done. You'll get food allergy tests or whatever. You'll keep digging to find a way if you want it enough. Like Flex Lewis, he put himself through some shit, man. Like with his gut issues, he kept pushing, kept trying to, you know, with his injuries, did the stem cells. He was trying all this gut stuff and he kept pushing. And then he's like, look, at this point, I can't do it. It's been years now. And then he's got a family and there's other extenuating circumstances, but he was being resourceful, and a lot of are that resourceful, they will actually find an answer to their problem and be able to move forward. But if you're going, I can't, and you haven't tried much shit, if you haven't tried, you know, you can't try everything, but if you haven't tried multiple things and you've got to a dead end point and you're just like, shit, I don't know what else to try. I get it then, but I don't know if he's been at that point. So
like, if you look at Brett Wilkin, what if Brett was a client of mine and he was a local competitor and he just had a kid and he's force feeding 10,000 calories and his gut is fucked up, and I would probably be like, bro, you might just need to hang it up because I don't think it's worth it. But for Brett, I think, you know, because I think it is worth it for Brett, then he might as well see it through until the wheels fall off, you know, fuck it. Yeah. But it has to, there's certain things that Zayd won't do. There's certain things I won't do that I'm not willing. There's lines I'm not willing to cross, you know. But that's just
never take DMP. That's something for sure. I will never do.
But at the same time, we understand that's a choice. So I'm not gonna say I could never get shredded glutes. It's impossible. I can say it's gonna be hard. It's hard as fuck. But as long as I'm willing to do what it takes, and that might be way more than the next guy, but that's irrelevant. As long as I know that I'm willing to do that, then I can do it. But is it even worth it? That's really what it comes to.
Exactly.
That's what it comes to. So like if I have to take DNP for 3 months to get in shape, I don't really have any interest in doing that personally.
Yeah.
Please don't.
Yeah, like the risk
nothing
of like
is greater than your life.
No, it's not. It's not worth it for me. Yeah, like that fat burning peptide that I had tried, right? I would never do that again either. But it was worth a try at that point. I was in like my mid-20s, so I think I was 26, maybe, I don't know, 20. So at the time I tried it, but I probably would never try that again. That's just not worth it. If I can't get into the shape I need to, then I'm not meant to be at that level. It is what it is, whatever that means. If I have to shorten my life 20 years to get a pro card, that's kind of silly. That's very silly. So
and the thing is, man, like, but you got to think about it. No one, you've heard, I guarantee both of you have heard stories about people doing SLIN or people with some sort of diuretic thing and going to the hospital and all that sort of stuff. And we would all know people that do shit to the extreme where they just seem like blasé about it. They're like, yeah, I took, 5 moderetics for this comp or whatever. And you go, oh shit, how did you die? So there's always people that are going to do that, but they don't think they're going to die. They just like, that's crazy. But then celebrities, when they get prescribed this stuff and they take whatever in a freaking hot tub and drown, they're not going in there thinking I'm going to die. They're doing it thinking I'll be good. I'll be good. So it's like there is in bodybuilding with, look at the things that plan, insulin, diuretics, and DMP. So you got 4 things that are actually, if done wrong, if you mess up the dosage, you're like by that a decimal point or whatever, you P3, another one. Like you can straight up kill yourself. Like you're not gonna die from a test overdose, but you got to. People need to be more careful with this shit, man. Like I've heard of people just going, "Oh, I had liquid clen. I just drew it out into a 5 ml syringe instead of an insulin pen." And someone told me they were doing this, and I'm like, "You're taking 10 times a dose." And he's like, I felt fucked up. I felt I was doing my job, and I'm like, dude, that is not good for you. That is not good for your heart. You could have someone can have a heart attack,
Yeah. That happened to a client of mine. She actually wasn't my client at this time, but she wanted to know how to use clen, and she had liquid clen, and it was 200 micrograms per ml. And she was like, I want to take 20, I think, or 40. And I'm like, okay, just take 0.1. Not 1, 0.1. And lo and behold, she took 1. So she took 200 mcgs of clen.
That was exactly the same thing, man. That was exactly because this person was going to do 20. Like, imagine if they went straight to, I know someone who goes straight to 100. Imagine if they went straight to 100. That means they've gone straight to 1,000. That means you probably have a heart attack and die. That's how close it is,
I think you might. Like, she had her eyes were the white parts of her eyes were completely red. I guess she bursted blood vessels in her eyes, and her face was completely like red for, I don't know, a couple days. But she's lucky that's all that happened. So when I woke up to a bunch of missed calls, and when she told me, I was like, go to the hospital. Like, don't call. At that point, what are you calling me for? Go to fucking ER. Like, the fuck, I'm not gonna drive to your house and rescue you. Like, at that point, you gotta just go straight to ER. If it's that bad, so that kind of BDMD. You got to be careful. Same with DMP. Obviously, if you know what you're doing, nothing should happen. But if you get going through a UGL and it says 50, but it could be 100 for because who's the one measuring this shit? Like some guy in India? I don't know who's measuring that shit. So you end up taking, I usually take 200, so I'll take 4. Taking 200 versus 50, that might be it for you. You don't know. You don't know. So,
back in the day, do you guys know Luke Wood, who was an Australian IFBB pro bodybuilder?
Sounds familiar.
Did he win the Arnold Amateur?
No, this was before that. he's passed away now. Sadly, he had a kidney operation, and then we actually, I think his body rejected the kidney or something to that nature. I think it's a bit of a mistake with the hospital, to be honest. But he needed that, obviously, probably from things he'd done in his career. I don't know. There might have been a genetic disorder, so I don't want to say too much on it. But he, at one stage, he was in Thailand preparing to compete in some pro shows. And he would go out, and then Milos would train him, and him and Milos were very, very good friends. And he would go out and train for the last bit of a comp over there. And I remember he rocked up there, and he was, when I say peeled, he was peeled, like inside out, shredded. But he said to Milos, he said, it feels like I'm breathing through like something really thin, like a straw or a needle hole or something like that. And he's like, I don't feel right. And he was smashing huge amounts of calories, but still dropping in weight. Like dropping like 3 pounds a day, 2 pounds. He was taking 10 times the amount. Yeah, 10 times the amount of T3 that he's meant to. And I think that he was also probably taking, this is what I heard, he was taking more than Milos even recommended. So you're taking more than Milos recommends, plus you're taking 10 times that amount. So he put himself in a situation, and he actually came down to Tasmania and competed down here. Not competed, he guest posed down here at one of the state shows. And he was prepping one of my friends. They went to the supermarket. He was just getting like trays of donuts, everything. The dude, and he was just eating and eating and eating, and his glutes were still inside out. So it's like it sped up his thyroid to the point where it was still going. Like it's not slowing down for a while now. Like it was just so crazy overactive. So it's shit's dangerous, man.
That's insane. I've never felt that from my metabolism is so fucked that even on high T3, I can still get fat.
You're on the Luke Wood plan.
What's the highest you've done?
The highest of T3 I've done?
Yeah.
Now, I could give you a real answer and the politically correct answer, but I don't feel comfortable saying the real answer on air. Fair. I don't like to bullshit, you know, but I also don't want people. Oh, if Beatty could do it, I could do it. You know, nah, you probably shouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Can I ask a number if it's higher or lower?
Oh yeah, you could do that.
190 a day.
I don't want
I
to
got you.
Oh shit.
Oh man. And when I take T3, I take farm grade. But honestly, like at one point, I'm like, yo, is this bunk or is this? I couldn't put a finger on it. If I kept trying different brands and trying more and more, and I'm like, what the fuck? And it's like it's working, but like not really. So I'm like, at that point, I'm just like, me burning fat is just gonna have to be. There's only one option. It's gonna have to be the option you don't want to do, which is doing cardio all day long. Basically, it is what it is. There's no way around it. So I kind of came to that conclusion. So at this point, I probably won't go over. I'm going to work with Compton, so he probably wouldn't have put me over 50, if that. You know, and that's like most of his clients. I think they do a lot less than that. I think he puts most people on like 25, maybe. You know, but for me, 50. So, but like I said, it doesn't really make a difference. So same with the clan, the crazy high clan. Okay, so it's just gonna have to be cardio all day and no food, basically. That's the only way.
That's brutal, man.
And diuretics, like it works, but if you have round muscle bellies and you lose that roundness, your physique falls apart. So just because you're harder, but now you look like men's physique, it's like it's not worth it.
Hey man, go easy. These
dudes are jacked, dude.
No, you're actually right. The men's physique guys are fucking jacked. So, but you don't want to lose your pop. I don't even think men's physique guys can lose their pop because you got to be round now. You know, so
man, I'll tell you. The last proper comp I did in men's physique, it was like I water depleted reasonably hard for it, but not reasonably, moderately hard. And I'm like, I think I actually would have looked better just straight up, just going in, like,
I think so.
Or even just doing things more like super, super mildly in terms of the water stuff, just doing things a little bit more mild. And I could have got more roundness and all that sort of stuff because my conditioning wasn't an issue. Like it was not an issue in my class at all. I was probably the hardest guy in my class, but it was just probably just fullness, you know.
Yeah, I'm just never gonna coach myself again. It's just, I'm just too crazy. I'm probably gonna hurt myself if I keep doing that. It doesn't make sense, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, gentlemen, I'm starting to go hypo, so we're gonna have to. Somebody told me to start saying that again because I haven't been saying that. Somebody in the question, somebody was like, "Start saying that." So I'm going hypo. So
don't do the edits, so it'll be like 4 hour long.
Yeah, should I edit that part out? I think.
Which part?
You know.
Exactly.
Which part I don't know.
Are we talking about the blind thing, the deaf thing, or are we talking about
no? That's fine.
No,
The other stuff.
I was talking about covering other divisions, being inclusive.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know. I might.
The stupid,
huh?
The stupid.
Well, I'm probably gonna cut this part now, but well, actually, let's sign off. Let's just sign off, and then
let's sign off.
And we'll discuss it. All right, guys. Bye, people.